Hello.
I have a cat on my lap.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to SNKronize, and where we talk about, we react to the new KOF reveals, but in general, we just talk about everything SNK and everything else that happens.
Yeah,
to
and
come
whatever
up.
kind of happens in the meantime. But it's SNK focused primarily.
Yeah, it's gonna just be myself and Olaf today. No Kitty Kaboom today, but no, this is Jasmine here. This is not the Nathan.
Nathan is definitely just chilling.
Yeah, Nathan is just chilling. But hello, everybody, and yeah, we ready for another character reveal and about 7 other things.
I'm sure
7,000.
I was gonna say, I think it's more than 7 at this point.
I meant to say 1,000. I forgot the 1,000.
Yeah. big numbers. But first things first, I do want to extend a huge shout out and thank you to Torrance Bell. So last week, I think it was last week, he hit me up on Twitter and was like, hey, I actually did an order to the SNK online shop, and I got one of the acrylic stands. You like them, I don't really care for it, you want it? And I was like, oh, hell yeah! So he sent me this sweet little Omega Rugal acrylic. We'll probably have to do one of those little camera change things.
Oh, I can probably do this.
Perfect,
actually.
Yeah. So he went ahead and shipped this over to me because he didn't want it as badly as I did. So I really, I was like, dude, awesome, thank you so much.
That's really cool.
But not only did he send that, but he also sent fan art in the envelope with it.
Fan art.
Dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, let me do this really quick just so I can. There we go. Auto manual focus.
Oh, you did it.
Now that I remember.
Yeah,
now that I know I have the ability to do manual focus.
Well, that's pretty good. So yeah, I was like, oh hell yeah. So I'm really excited about this, and thank you so much. And then he sends me this in the envelope.
Right. Let's get this here.
You can do it. Bam. Look at this. So hoping Mary makes it in, and then it's Angai Tendo.
And there's also
the
her
cute
dog.
The cute little Anton, little bubble
like
projection down there.
Mentioning that Anton's
there.
actually down there.
So I was super stoked to get this.
Yeah, the one thing that I have learned very quickly are that SNK fans are just rabid. They are rabid. It's not even just I'm a King of Fighters fan. You just you have to become a fan of everything SNK.
Yeah, you're not a lukewarm SNK fan.
Right.
You're either I'm a Street Fighter guy and I play KOF sometimes, or oh my god, put it in my veins.
Right.
There's no gray area.
It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. So
anyways, thank you, Torrance. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And of course, what do we got this week going up here? We've got ourselves
a very theoretically confusing silhouette if we kind of didn't have the precedent.
Right. If we didn't have Buzz and Woody from before, we would be very, very confused, right? So
Buzz and Woody.
Yeah. I still love that one because the sleeve looked like, Woody doing the pose.
It's Clark with a cape. Yeah.
Ow.
I mean, obviously, it's Botan, but with actually a character she's controlling, probably just Rose again.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have the wires everywhere.
Yeah, but they don't show up really.
And plus, it's as the person creating the silhouette, I'm sure it's just annoying to try to silhouette the wires.
Yeah, I mean, wires like
out.
that don't really cast a shadow, so why would they appear here? So
exactly. So
no, I mean it could be Neo and Geo. Those are actual characters,
Are those actual characters somewhere?
Yeah.
Is that when they show the Neo Geo and there's the two faces? Is those Neo and Geo?
I mean, I don't know if that's ever supposed to be a thing, but they actually made them for a side game, and then there's Secret Strikers in 2000, and they're hilarious.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They actually
they
made a Neo and a Geo.
Yeah, they exist.
Hang on a second. I'm kind of mad about this. Hang on.
I love I always just find something new to show you when you get confused.
Yeah, I know. Because I just want to know what the hell they look like. This is them?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find big pictures of them. But
Neo Kentucky.
Here we go.
You should just bring up the wiki for us.
There go. So this is Neo, and this is Geo?
No, what are you doing?
No, what am I...
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Your cursor wave was really confusing there.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that one in the bottom middle is just Dan.
I know, I don't know who this is. But this is actually Neo and Geo there?
Yeah. Oh, cool. We have it's a list of all the Secret Strikers from 2000.
Oh, dang. Okay, got it. Here they are. So they're one striker.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so Neo and Geo are one striker.
Yeah, obviously it's got to be Robert Inagi, but it was just way funnier to just call him Dan.
Here we go.
Oh, dude, like, Smart Chang is awesome. Like, I was actually pretty happy to get his acrylic.
Go away.
So, yeah, it's definitely them.
Stop with the stupid ads.
Dude,
God,
these wikis and their ads and click stuff have just gotten really painful.
You can't. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. All right. I mean, he looks like a budget Kyo.
They're from a quiz game. That's
looks
why.
like a budget Kyo over here. Oh, it's from. Okay.
It's definitely not Neo and Geo, but it's just really funny to definitely guess the wrong things.
What? Wait, it's not Neo and Geo?
No, it's T-Zoc.
Wait, hang on a second. You're telling me this is not Neo and Geo?
No, it's definitely T-Zoc. It's a beak in the top right.
I want it. Yeah, I know. We got the beak.
With my god-awful doodle the other day. I did definitely see that the 1/4 scale My figure that's coming out. I'm not a huge Mai Shiranui fan, so that wasn't like a huge priority for me. But it's still a really nice statue.
It's not a beak. It's a backwards cap, and on the other side, that's a mohawk.
Dude, did you see? Someone drew that.
Oh, yeah?
Someone actually made that.
God.
Dude, it is amazing. Like, I need to find it real quick and we'll share it
I'm
to
sure
you.
it's in that thread,
magnificent.
I'm sure it's in this thread over here.
Oh, no. You definitely need to see the sports team one that someone did.
Yeah, I'll see if I could. Oh, here, this
there it
one
is.
here.
Holding the invitation and crying.
He actually threw in Brian Badler into it as well. Oh,
yeah.
God, you gotta see
Oh, that one's from Torrance, the same guy who sent the Rugal.
Are you serious?
Yeah, same guy.
Oh, dang, that's so funny. So the guy who drew the Mary for you basically is...
This one's so good.
Oh, my God. He's like crushing the invitation. Oh my god. This is the best. This warms my heart so much right now. This actually makes me want to cry. Because these guys definitely deserve to be in this game by now, right?
They need a win.
Oh man, come on guys. Come on. Put them in the game. Just put them in the game.
So this is like super opportune that we did all that. And
turn this and this is Jasmine's just freaking staring into space, dude. What the hell are you doing?
Like
cat?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch cameo.
Oh, God. You know what the worst thing about it was? I saw this. I mean, this is totally one of those asides because you brought up Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I saw this video of the cat trainer teaching how the cat to like look like it was talking for Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I kept talking about that to Investigation Cone and our other best friend Jason, and I was like, yeah, it's just a trainer, and they're like, it's not a real cat, James. And I'm like, no, I saw this special, like, da, da, da. And so somehow an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch came on, and it's totally this fake ass cat, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I was so confused. Was it like the first few seasons they had a real cat on there? Or?
I think they did actually have like some back and forth, but like 99% of that series it was a puppet.
Cause I was like, yeah, cause I swear.
Are you sure you weren't
that
thinking of like Hocus Pocus or something?
Maybe, I don't know, cause I swear I saw something, and like they have never stopped making fun of me. Cause every time Sabrina the Teenage Witch gets mentioned, like, oh, there's that real cat again.
Yep. Nope. That one's a real gorilla, and that one's a guy in a suit.
And I was like, no! I saw this show! I saw the thing!
Yeah, no, I mean, it might have been like Hocus Pocus instead of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Like, that would make sense.
So mad.
I think that was the one, right? That had like the talking cat that helped the protagonist?
Maybe. I don't know. I swear it was. Might have been an issue where they tried, yeah, but it was probably more trouble than it's worth. I'm thinking that it probably went. I'm still mad about that. Anyway.
Anyways, so one thing I do want to talk about, because a lot of people are, and very justifiably,
sports team.
Now I've got jasmine hair in my nose, damn it. A lot of people believe that the silhouette is Ralf and Clark.
Right, yes.
Okay, and that's like the really good, like, go-to.
Oops, wrong one. Because obviously, like that's Clark's cap.
Yeah, the brim of his cap up there.
Ralph.
And then Ralph's probably doing something like this, you know.
Or something, yeah.
Which I just realized I made that whole pose and I'm not even on camera, am I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Here, you want to do
Yeah, I'll do it again. It's fine. Yeah, so he's probably something like this. So he's got like
kidding.
a really...
I was an asshole. Do it again. Do
Perfect.
Right, yeah.
So he's probably got some crazy pose like that, or he's like just chilling like this and all pulled back in, like doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, are they thick enough to be Ralf and Clark here, you think?
Yeah, no, they're not like 13's versions. Like, if you look at 14, like, they look pretty reasonable.
Right.
I mean, Ralph's actually bulkier because he's wearing, like, the flak vest and stuff, so...
Right. But, I mean, look, here's the thing, right? It's like, what's his face? Rio got kind of thicker, right? So,
and Andy.
And Andy, so...
Yeah.
I was thinking...
I mean, I'm totally fine if they come all hulked out. Like, cool, but...
Yeah.
Like...
I like 13 hulked out. I know some people didn't like
I'm
it,
on
but,
board.
I mean,
Let them be monsters. I don't care.
Again, I mean, this is not our community spotlight here, but I just want to shout out Richmond Lee, Art Eater.
Yeah.
Who always writes the great articles out there, and he did one on KOF 13, and why he loved the character designs in that game, because...
Except Athena. I still don't like that Athena.
all the old character designs in KOF games, because it was the limited hardware, that most of the characters had very similar body types, and he loved the fact that, like, Terry was just like muscle beefcake and Andy was just like super lanky.
Yeah, he's a little more like thin in life.
Right, and so they had actually it fit their fighting styles and and so I mean I remember reading that article and agreed with him, and so I actually like super hulked out Ralf and Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm always a big fan of like the huge diversity in body types and designs and everything. But one theory that's been running around, and is one that I kind of agree with, and I agreed with more until the silhouette popped up, is that Leona's not going to be on the team with them.
You don't think so?
I think there's a huge possibility that this is not going to be the end of this team.
Because I was thinking, because if they put Ralf and Clark in there, and they were like, the Ikari Warriors Team, I'd be like, and they still haven't revealed the women's team yet.
Yeah, that's definitely a factor.
Oh God, look at this cat.
But... Because the thing is that I think I linked it to you. That the Leona design notes. If you can bring that up over on the side there.
Let me just do it quick. Let me open a new tab so I can do this, and do this, and this.
There we go.
And let's take a look at that on the desktop over there. Also, whoops, wrong thing, but.
It's never a wrong thing. It's a good ass picture.
It's a good ass picture. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Okay.
So have they ever revealed a whole team back to back to back without skipping a beat?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And then he says she's been near the game. Not only does the blood of Orochi flow through her veins, but she's essential to the KOF storyline.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's kind of that's going to be a little more implied, but on top of this, was Team Hero, or did Team Hero have a break? If not, it was Team Hero's the only one that actually did the whole team.
Oh, it was because they were the ones that gave us the belief that it was going to be that way.
Yes,
and then they changed it. Yeah.
So, anyways, so with this little bit here that she's super important to the story and all that, and has a very important mission. All the Orochi bullshit going on. The treasures are back. CYS is back. And then the idea that maybe they're not revealing the whole team back to back to back again. She might be on the Adelheidern team, which
this will
would
be
the
the
best
way
thing
for
ever.
them to shatter the expectations, right?
Yeah,
so
by them,
Ralf and Clark, and then nothing at the end, and you're like, oh.
I am going to scream just on that alone. Like, Leona's in the game. She is not in the Ikari team.
Right. Yeah.
That'll be huge.
Yeah. Because I know everybody's been clamoring for the idea of the Leona, Hyder, and Adelheid team, right?
I want it so bad.
How many games has Adelheid been in?
1.5.
1.5, right? He was a striker.
No, he's a mid-boss in 03.
Oh, yeah. I mean, playable as a character.
One.
1, right?
That's it.
So
he's playable in 11, and he's still technically like a secret character. And then 03, he's a mid boss. Like I guess one of the home versions he was playable, and like hacked versions.
Right.
Like that's it.
And I mean they could easily throw Whip into the team over there.
Yeah, you could just do Ralph Clark Whip, and that's totally fine. Well, yeah, exactly. You'd have the 11 Ikari team because that was the game Leona missed, and then you let Leona be on, this other team. Well, so he's one of the final bosses. I guess that's a better way to phrase it. Yeah. He's the bad ending, which is the canonical ending. Funny enough.
Yeah, I mean, there was something about him.
He was slated for 13. I don't know if he got his assets deleted and they like lost it, but I heard he got canceled in one fashion or another. But some of his sprite art still exists.
Right.
But if he actually had anything deleted, that's actually news to me.
I mean, what do they mean by deleted?
Well, like
patches or something?
No, I mean like he was in development and then they screwed up and lost months of work kind of thing.
Oh, that kind of thing. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
The card art stuff still exists. Yeah, and the thing is that like the 13 story mode where he is so prominent and doesn't exist.
Interesting.
Is also one of the reasons why I want him on a team with Hydern so badly.
Right.
Because I love the idea of like the thing is just from like plot, story, background,
lore explanation. Talk about Hydern, Adelheid, and Adelheid's dad is Rugal, right? Yeah. Like, what's their all
this
connection?
This son bitch. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, like, I was gonna get to is just the fact that, like, lore-wise, Adelheid's one of my favorite characters because he's Rugal's son. Rugal, as we all know, is a gigantic asshole. He murdered Hydern's family because he kind of felt like it because he's a bad person. He also is the reason why Hydern wears an eye patch because he carried on the long-standing tradition of ripping someone's eye out, like Ganitz did to him.
Right. So he was just like, "I'm going to do it to other people."
Yeah, it's like, "I'll take your eye," which led to, of course, the running. Yeah, which led to the running gag that so then does that mean that Hydern took Ramon's eye?
Oh man.
So anyway, so apparently though, Rugal had 2 children.
So is Rugal, when he creates his team, does he say, "There's no I in team"?
Oh, I hope so. God, I hope so.
When Rugal has it, so he's going to have to... So instead of... if he gets paired with the other 2, it's going to be Rugal, Mature, and Vikisi.
Yes, Viche.
Yeah, Viche.
So anyway, so Rugal had 2 kids, Adelheid and Rose. And Adelheid basically inherited all of Rugal's strength, but none of his douchebaggery. Adelheid's a good boy. Like, he's a genuinely good human being.
Okay.
Rose inherited more like Rugal's sadistic side, but none of his strength apparently. And so she's just a huge piece of crap.
Okay.
But so after the death of Rugal and Adelheid kind of growing up and everything, he eventually found out everything that happened. And so he actually has gone so far as to contact Hydern and is like, "Look, my dad was a dick. You know it. I know it. But tell you what, here is everything I have intel-wise for basically everything. I know I can't, like, make up for everything my dad did, but I can at least try to make things less bad."
Like, make it so whatever he started, it will be stopped, basically.
Yeah, so he's basically, like, trying to make reparations, even though it's kind of not his responsibility, because he's just a good dude and wants to set things right.
Right, okay.
And, Hydern is like the Nick Fury of SNK. He won't trust nobody, and after a few years, he's like, "All right, we can talk. I have no reason to outright distrust you."
Now I just picture Hydern going, "You have to keep one eye open."
He turns.
Yeah.
So, by the time 13 rolls around, you actually get that scene of Adelheid knows shit's going down, and he's like, "All right," and just straight calls Hydern. And he's like, "Commander, we need to talk." And he's like, "Oh, fuck, if you're calling me like this, shit's going down. All right, boy, what do we got?" And, just takes him seriously and no problems.
Right.
Because Adelheid's fucking awesome.
And so that's why it would be cool to have an Adelheid Hydern team.
Basically make an anti-Rugal team.
Right, and throw Leona on there, and then that kind of makes it so that she can be important to the Orochi plot while not being on the... Although, interestingly enough, the Ikari Warrior Teams is still, if I'm not mistaken, the only team that has officially won a KOF that wasn't a pro tag team or something like that, right?
Pretty much, I believe that's the case. I know they're one of the only, if not the only.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, All Star is All Star. Like it's not like a mainline canon game.
Right.
And it's not even a fighting game. Like it's a more of a whack-a-mole RPG.
Adelheid, Rock Howard, and Adelheid. I think you missed somebody, Dr. Arby.
But Adelheid rocks somebody.
Okay, so is there a character named Jasmine in the game?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
But yeah, Adelheid rock Leona Team Daddy issues. That'd be kind of cool. Dualon would be a really good one too.
Who's Dualon's daddy?
Ron.
Okay.
Who is another huge piece of shit.
God, that was just such a weird sounding question. Who's Dualon's daddy?
Yeah. Yeah, so Rose and Adelheid do have a cat. It's a little baby black cat.
Okay,
that's an homage to the panther Rugal has.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, now that cat is officially
it's
Jasmine.
No, it's like Rodem Jr.
Okay, fair enough.
Vanessa's mad good in 11. She's one of those like B+ to A- tier, and it might be technically higher than that. It's just her execution barrier is higher.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. She's one of those characters like falls into like the Sea Viper of the game. Like she's a huge pain in the ass to like play, but everything that goes right, it's huge.
There we go. There's the silhouette of the day.
Oh, okay. So let's look at my notes here. We have enough to talk about today. I actually had to make like a set of notes.
Dude, there's so much going on. It's crazy. But again,
Shaolon does need another chance. 100%.
I'm just trying to think about this whole entire situation, right? Because I mean, the craziest part about it is we still don't have a third member of the women's team.
I mean, I'm totally fine for it to not be Alice.
What if there was no female team? Has there ever been a KO with no official female team?
Not that I'm aware of. I think there's always been a women fighters team of some stripe.
Right.
Actually, no. Technically, 11 doesn't actually have a women fighters team. Yeah, 11 doesn't have a women fighters team because they all actually split up to their respective games to take over for other characters that didn't make the cut.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if they would just. I wonder if that's one of the things that they just want to do. Maybe is just get rid of the women's fighters because, I mean, it's still crazy.
Even
to
so,
me
I mean, that would still be Yuri my blank.
Right.
Like without Fatal Fury team or without an Art of Fighting team, those characters don't have another home.
Right. I mean, it's just weird for me that King ended up on the Art of Fighting team still.
This is fine
to me.
This is fine.
I mean, I would be okay if like the last person on the women's team was like Kasumi or something like that. I think
and that's one thing a lot of people are hoping for.
Yeah, Kasumi.
I mean, I would be totally down for them to like really throw us a curveball, and the two of them still aren't even on the same team.
Right, exactly.
And just be like, all right, now we've got the cute girls team, and then so we got like Hinako and Yuri and something.
Sylvie.
I mean, it's not unreasonable.
Just put her on there, dude. Just do it. Actually, you should put Yuri, Kula, and yeah.
Well, that raises its own level of questions. Is
right,
like, who's going to be on the K-Dash team?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, bring back Momoko and rebalance her so she's playable.
Momoko is the
little capoeira girl from 11.
Right, the one that I said I just had no appeal to me whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
The only thing about her I really like is like all her sound effects. Like she has the little like squeak when she's running and everything. She's adorable. All right, so I like
how we have Momoko. No, and Momoko, please. You know, the duality of man right there.
She's actually really fun. She's just bad.
Oh, okay.
Like she's just. Good.
I messed with her and she just annoyed me like instantaneously, and I was just like,
Momoko, perhaps. Good shit.
What are you, Jasmine? Why are you being Jasmine-y?
So, anyways, I think there's a very good chance that we're gonna get Ralf and Clark, and it's not gonna be Team Ikari, and I really hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, we haven't had. Okay, Jasmine.
I want to touch all the things.
Jasmine is being such a cat right now. Holy crap. Come here, Jasmine.
It's fine. Maybe I can get her hair out of my nose. But I think it's a good time to move on to some of the other news this week. Because
there's just so much of it, we might as well talk
Jesus.
about it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So the big one is the Tencent press conference this weekend.
Yes.
Which resulted in 3 announcements.
Okay.
The Metal Slug mobile game, which we are going to need to watch the trailer because it's actually kind of lit, and I'm sad it's a mobile game. I want this on my PS4.
Actually, it'll probably be on the SNK
It
official
is.
page, right?
It
So,
is.
yeah, it'll just be here. I can just find it here.
Is there still music playing in the background, or is it you mean in the trailer? That shouldn't be right.
I should have no music playing anywhere right now. Is there something?
It looks like there is something playing. Did you not kill the Ikari Warriors theme?
I thought I did.
Try the other tab. There's another tab to the left a little bit.
There's this.
Oh, there's still music playing. Bugger.
What in the
We
world?
had no idea. I've been talking over music this whole time. So yeah, it looks like probably the, I don't know, it's something unrelated, apparently.
Oh,
Oh, Jeebus.
I never shut down my Street Fighter.
Uh,
It is literally Street Fighter music. Oh my god, I have just never shut down.
wow, that's
Street
been
Fighter
running
for
all night.
all night long. Holy crap.
Okay. Problem solved.
That's my bad.
Okay. Well, that explains
At least
everything.
it's game music, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get DMCA'd, right? So
Okay, so, yeah, we got the Metal Slug trailer, or first reveal, gameplay video, whatever. Then we got Amakusa officially revealed in one splash image, and Samurai Shodown for Steam. And I think we should talk about them in that order.
okay. Why don't I see the Metal Slug thing over here? This one here is
No. It takes up the whole screen. It's a new thing.
okay. What is the? I guess it's not on the SNK official channel then.
Notice, are you hit videos? There it is.
Oh
Yeah, the top is actually a KOF thing.
yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. There you go.
So, first off, I think this looks sick. And again, I'm really sad it's mobile exclusive.
Okay, we're not gonna be able to hear us as well. So.
Yeah. Normal trailer view.
Did he just turn fat?
Yep. And turn money.
He's been able to do that before, right?
Yeah, and the fat one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Robin Williams, I guess, is in this. Genie. But admittedly, like, this looks amazing. Look at that! What is this? Like a whole maze. Makes me think more of like Bionic Commando all of a sudden now.
Or like maybe even like Metroidvania
Right,
ability. Like,
Yeah, there's like a Metroidvania Metal Slug or something. Triple jump?
air jets to launch off of.
It's very Strider-esque here. Nice.
So that's freaking awesome. But yeah, apparently it's currently slated as mobile only, and looks like it also might be Southeast Asia only so far because
What?
Tencent's core market.
Really?
Yeah, because the thing is, SNK is not developing it.
Right. By the way, I mean, it just looks beautiful.
It looks fantastic.
Right? Especially for a mobile game.
Yeah,
I mean, like.
but it's made, so it's developed by Timi Studios, Timi,
Okay.
and SNK just basically signed off on it.
Right.
I don't know if SNK is still making an in-house or not, but
I
that
mean,
looks so cool.
and it probably, I mean, on mobile, it's gonna be super awkward potentially, right, to play. I don't know.
just sliding D-pad. I mean, and the thing is, like, there's enough freaking controllers and stuff for phones nowadays.
Right.
Like,
It's true. It's true.
but I mean, real talk, I'll probably just emulate it and play it on a PC anyway.
Right.
So that I can actually manage to play it and see it as big as I want to. Because I don't want to play it on a screen this big. I want to play it on a screen this big. But that looks freaking cool, and I'm really curious where that's going to develop. Next up, Amakusa. Finally. I'm super stoked. So, like, Amakusa is a character I've been hoping for since, like, Season 1. So I'm really excited to finally see him and hear him scream and be really awkward and make people fly all over the screen.
Yeah, and in the wise words of Michael Jackson, I'ma say, I'ma saw, Amakusa.
Ah, fair enough.
I'ma say, I'ma saw, Amakusa. I'ma say, I'ma saw, Amakusa. I don't know why that has been a pun in my head since like the early 2000s or whatever.
The stream's not happening.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody else has ever made that joke.
I mean, you're looking at like a really odd Venn diagram of like Michael Jackson fans, SNK fans, people who make dumb pun jokes.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true. Yeah. I mean, as soon as I saw the name, this is why I have puns. As soon as I saw the name and I realized and I learned it was actually pronounced Amakusa instead of Amakusa.
Amakusa.
Yeah, and then, ever since then, that's all I ever heard was, I'ma say Amakusa, I'ma say Amakusa. So, yeah. And then it works because you say, I'ma say, I saw. Anyways, yeah, okay.
And as far as I know, that wasn't really a thing because this game takes place between 5 and 1 ish. So you could have Amakusa. And that's what, like, that's the thing too, is that the end credits.
Jasmine, you are trying to go after my freaking food.
So after you beat Samurai Shodown, you get the credits, and then it just does a little clip of what looks like Amakusa's fireballs.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like a little stinger, and it's really cool. And I'm like, oh, cool, maybe we'll eventually. Yeah, like 2 years later, finally, get Amakusa. But it doesn't matter. I'm excited. I'm really happy to see him. But then we get to the uncomfortable conversation. Oh, I see. Okay.
She's trying to find every possible way to eat the corn dogs that I have on my table right here,
So now we enter the little bit more uncomfortable conversation of, oh, hey, Samurai Shodown's going to be on Steam.
What year is it? What year is it?
It is the year 2021.
Yeah.
Samurai Shodown came out in 2019. Mm-hmm. It is the thing that people have been asking for since before the game came out. And it's unfortunate that this is like, between some of the damage between the netcode and the lobbies and everything, that this is kind of hitting a too little too late kind of thing. And it's really... It's cool for the 5 people who still haven't played the game and won't have an Epic Game Store account. And I'm happy for those people, and I really hope that the game comes out at a discounted price so that, you don't have everyone having to pay full price, or more to a point, people who run tournaments who don't have to try to buy it for a third time at full price in its entirety.
Because that's the thing, is if we were like, fine, we'll get the Epic Game Store and spent $120 for the game and 3 seasons of DLC because they never put it on sale. Mm-hmm. And then now if it comes out on Steam and if they don't do a package, are we going to have to spend $120 for the whole entire thing again?
Emphasizing a bit on we, because I'm not going to...
Right. Mm-hmm.
If I already had it on, like, the Epic Game Store, which would make it, like, the only game that I've paid for on the Epic Game Store.
Right.
The only reason I have the Epic Game Store installed on my computer is because during GDQ, they offer free games. That's literally the only reason I have it installed.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, oh, cool, The Messenger. I still haven't even bothered to play it. It's unfortunate.
And it's also coming out right after Strive is coming out, too.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I hope it gives them some returns, but more to a point, I really hope that doing the Epic Game Store exclusivity for a year so that the largest user base in the world didn't have access to the game, I hope that worked out. But...
I mean, the best way to interpret this is that means KOF 15 won't be an EGS exclusive,
we hope.
Right?
We really
right?
have to hope.
So maybe this is SNK going like, God damn it, the Stadia exclusive bombed. We really thought that this EGS thing would fix it, and then nope, that didn't work, so we're going to Steam. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the thing. I do wonder if, like, maybe they didn't believe in the PC release of Samurai Shodown, and that's why they did the Epic Game Store.
And Stadia before that. Because it was a year of Stadia, a year of Epic Game Store, and now we're finally getting to Steam. And I'm hoping that's them going, okay, taking the money to be an exclusive on all these other platforms just did not pay off at all. And so KOF 15 will be coming. This is us saying KOF 15 will be out on Steam and not anything else. So.
Yeah. So I very much hope that that's the case. Is that they're just going to be like, okay, you know, because they haven't announced platforms. We don't even know if it's on PS4 or PS5 or both.
Yeah, it's true.
We have no idea what the platform is for KOF. And so if they, like, literally, since they've already said we're working on the netcode, the only other announcement they have to do is say Steam will be on launch. People around the world are going to howl.
Yeah, that's all they need to do. And it's crazy how that's an expectation that needs to be shattered, you know? It's just having the game on Steam. Didn't SNK CEO say they turned Epic down because they thought Samsung would sell a bunch?
I think they were going to originally, and that's why they did Stadia, and then they buckled after that. Or they said something else about some other thing, but yeah, because apparently Epic Game Store cuts you a pretty fat check for exclusivity.
Right.
Like some indie devs have reported like 2 million.
I mean, I wonder if it's just one of those things that SNK is like, you know what, we'll take this money, and maybe that's why they keep making more seasons, because like they're obligated to continue for for Epic Game Store. Maybe that's part of their contract. But
or then, maybe there's like they had to turn around the investments,
right? Or maybe that money went into helping make KOF 15. And if that's the case, then
my guess is that like the Epic Game Store and stuff was really just for them to guarantee a certain amount of money, rather than gambling. Like basically, because the fact is that almost everyone who's gonna play Sam Show got it on PS4,
right?
And so like, PC market became a very much secondary idea to them. And the fact is that there's probably more fighting game players in America, at least, on PC than on console nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, putting 15 on Steam, it would actually be a really good call. And
if they don't put it on PC, the game doesn't succeed.
Well, it has a lot of struggles.
We'll
put it that way.
For sure. I mean, because the thing about it is, at this point in time, I mean, even Japan is starting to move towards playing mostly on PC for Street Fighter V, for example, right? I mean, it's a rough situation, because for me, I know running tournaments on PC is a pain in the ass, and it's a lot easier with consoles. But I mean, even me, like playing Street Fighter V on PS4, wasn't a problem. It's just that my TV was bad, and then I'm running it on PC, and it's just, you can leave the game on the entire night, and you're like, whatever, as opposed to...
No, I mean, so objectively speaking, the best thing about playing a fighting game on console is that it's consistent. You know exactly what you're going to get. You go to an event like Wednesday Night Fights or an Evo or any of that, you know exactly how it's going to play.
And your controller works. And your controller
is always going to work if you don't have driver issues. Exactly. If you're on PC, you don't know if your buddy's spec's going to be different than yours, if it's going to run this, if it's going to have frame rate drops on this stage because reasons.
Dude,
if you have to worry about what ports and what controllers and what drivers.
The people who don't know, Vi for Wednesday Night Fights ran Street Fighter V on PC one season, and it was just a constant quit out of the game. Restart the game. Quit out of the game. Now unplug your controllers. Plug the controllers back in.
So that
restart the game.
So the game boots knowing you have controllers.
Yeah, and then sometimes some people were like, "My controller can't register."
Dude, I have that problem going to my friend's house.
Yeah,
and multiple times the same house.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
David said like one time someone came and visited him and brought their controller, and they never played Street Fighter V on the PC because they just couldn't get the second controller.
No, I mean some Capcom games even have the thing where if you have two arcade sticks plugged in, both of them take priority, so both players are player 1. I've had that happen.
That's a different kind of fighting game, you know, where you're trying.
You're fighting with yourself.
That's more like, you know, Goldfish, you know, plays Pokemon.
Yeah. But the fact is that it still needs to be an option for for people who are going to stay at home and play online.
Right.
For whatever. Again, it's become, I think internationally it's still like the #1 gaming market is PC.
Yeah.
So making that available is a good freaking call.
Yes, absolutely. So
now that being said, I'm still gonna buy it on a console because I'm an old fuck.
Yeah, same.
And
here.
I'm gonna
old fucks. Old fucks. Okay, let's do this.
Because I was raised a console gamer, largely because I'm old enough to think about, wait, gaming PCs happened when?
Right, I mean, I'm the one who thought Steam was really unwieldy and awkward until I started using the Epic Game Store. Now I think Steam is amazing, actually. I think Steam is awesome.
But
now.
yeah, that's the thing, like being, like if you're a kid who grew up with Nintendo or earlier, becoming a PC gamer is something you evolve into.
Right, yeah.
But you get some of these guys who are like, you know, in their 20s, where like they were born by the time the 64 came out. Gaming PCs have been around as long as they can remember, and so they could just become a PC gamer out the gate.
Right, exactly. And for them, everything is super convenient, whereas for me, it's like, God, I hate. Oh God,
can't I just slap a disc in my console and call it a day?
Dude, I will run Street Fighter V, and just to move it to my second monitor is too annoying for me, and I have to change it to windowed mode, drag it over, change it back from like that. I don't have time to deal with that shit. Like, I just want to turn on the console and play, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, it reminds me of some of the guys who were like, when I don't remember what game it was, but some of the earlier games on PS4. You would buy the disc, you'd slap it in, then you had to spend like the 18 hours letting it install.
Yeah,
and it's like, you know what I miss? Slap it in, press power, you're done.
Oh, I mean, honestly, I do miss that from even my older consoles. I even hate the disc consoles these days because I still remember the joy of Super Nintendo days of plugging in the cartridge, going, click, and then title music. Yep. You know, it's so good.
Meanwhile, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I had to wait an hour before I was allowed to play the game that was in my hand.
God, yeah. I mean, on some of the consoles that I've had that I didn't use as often, my most played game was System Update.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
I'm sure your Xbox One is like that.
God, yeah. But I didn't even know I could play games on that thing, so.
But, yeah. I'm glad it's finally on Steam for the 5 people who haven't played it yet. And still want to.
And still care enough to do so, yeah.
But please, for the love of God, give it a discounted price. Yeah. You know, make it $40 for everything.
Right. And
everything.
Again, also, what Rocket Ponch says, T-5 until trailer. As soon as whoever gets the trailer, please just paste it into the chat over here. And
yeah, that's going to be the best way to go.
That's the easiest way for me to get it. So, or even if you get the notification, just throw it at me. But again,
now I can start deleting things out of my notepad too.
But yeah, I mean, we're still at this right here.
Hey, like that's one thing I want to hear today. I want to hear that. Hey, I love that Clark clip. It's no matter what game, it's funny, but the old ones are creepy.
Yeah,
like you go back to like '98 and back, he's just. It's really awkward.
I mean, it's always funny. I mean, I sent you that Kai clip.
Oh
with the, I'm falling.
Oh my god, that is the absolute greatest thing.
You said that's like your favorite thing about the game now.
Absolutely.
I'm falling.
Yeah, I'm
It's so
falling
funny too because I had never seen that anime clip of him going, I'm falling. You know,
I'm falling.
And but the funniest thing is, as soon as I mentioned it to you, you knew exactly. Yeah, I've never actually seen. What was that from?
It was a promotional video.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like the home version of Reload actually had it on disc.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I've never seen that before.
We're gonna have to watch that later. Like once the show's over, we're slapping that right in on YouTube.
Oh God. Oh man. All right.
When humanity discovered magic.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's like I said, the craziest thing about that is like I feel like, you know, when you go to a site like Audio Atrocities and you have some of those horrible voiceovers and stuff like that, like, I can't even fake being that bad of a voice actor. You know what I mean? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, because the thing is, there's a very specific kind of bad. Because, like,
Right,
I love doing I am reading my notes.
Right,
you know?
yeah,
And it's like, but it's ultra intentional bad.
Yeah,
And just having that, like, off-center where you're not very good and you kind of feel bad for them.
Right,
Like,
and it just sounds like
really hard.
They just have no desire to do it whatsoever or something. I don't know. It's so weird.
The thing is, I think a lot of it is, like, they didn't actually have to memorize their lines, so they're kind of just spot reading it.
Yeah.
And that throws off acting ability.
Right, yeah.
And then they just took the first take.
Yeah. We must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
Bass! But where is Dr. Wily?
That's a good question. We may be able to roll. They didn't even care that he made mistakes. So like I said, it always makes me think of the
Everyone always comes back to Wowie.
Yeah, the Simpsons line, and that was the best take.
Yep. Dude.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, I'm totally fine with Ralph just having his entire 11 moveset. That's what I want.
The big green dub. I don't know what that is, Chili Daddy. I'm kind of scared to find out.
It sounds terrible and awesome.
Yeah, right.
And so it's just about that time.
Yeah. It's about that time, so here we go. Oh god, it's
a Malaysian Dragon Ball Z dub? That sounds as good as like the Du Wang translation for JoJo's.
The USA SF cartoon. I mean, the thing about it is their voice actors aren't necessarily bad. It's
Scott McNeil was in the cast.
Right.
It's automatically good.
So the thing about it is, it's just the show was bad, but the people doing the voices probably knew what they were in, and there was no reason for them to try harder.
It's up.
And according to the chat, it's Bison!
So it's up.
All right.
So we need that link.
Somebody give me a link. Somebody give me a link.
So I'm a little excited and a little disappointed. All at the same time.
Get me the Adventure of Link, please. Okay, let's do this.
Excuse. All right, it's go time.
Okay, why is the title of it say Ralf and Clark still?
Because that's his last name.
That's actually his last name is just...
So little deep lore thing here. I believe he was originally Clark Steel, but DC Comics was like, Clark Kent, Man of Steel, no. And they had to change it to Still.
Are you... Oh!
I believe that is a thing that actually occurred. That it's really hard to find any of the details on it.
There's probably no way they could actually... Alright, let's watch this. Let's do this.
So that's what I'm under the impression of, but I can't verify it offhand.
Okay.
Let's go.
What is the playback speed on this thing over here? Yeah, there we go.
Also, we won't be talking. I'm going to be staring.
Right.
Yeah, see, someone else remembers it was Steel,
Okay.
yes.
Team Ikari!
Whoa, subtitles.
Well, gentlemen.
Nice.
Clark Still.
Metal Slug stage.
Oh, that's so cool. We get to see fighting. Oh, this is a straight up match, dude. We are just seeing a match. It's time for Ralph to do some damage here. Get beat up still.
Tossed. Oh.
15. Shatter all expectations.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, so first and foremost, it looks like that focus attack thing is a manual input, but if you do it in a combo, it treats it like an EX, so you can chain into it.
Didn't see that. Okay, I just totally missed that.
So, yeah, not getting to see the Galactica Phantom or whatever his climax is kind of sad, but I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping, but that's the whole team back to back.
Yeah, you were hoping for Team Anti.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's still it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but this is cool because this is a no cut. This
Yeah.
is literally 2 clips.
Also, I like the addition of subtitles.
Yeah.
I think he looks fantastic because he looks a little derpy, which just sells him. He is such a fucking himbo.
And of course the stage as well.
Dude, the stage is out of control.
Yeah, actually, let me
Like
also do-
that. I mean, here's the thing: the stage alone is already kind of like busting open some expectations. But the fact is that
There we are.
like,
Okay.
if this is inferring that we're getting some Metal Slug representation in the game, people are gonna lose their goddamn mind.
God, could that be? You think? Could you? Maybe.
That's a lot of Metal Slug representation for just being a stage for the Ikaris.
Right. Uh-huh.
And yeah, they are definitely a little bigger than they were in 14.
Yeah,
And I am not upset by this.
No, I'm down with that a little bit. Little bit of issue with the clipping on the shades, though.
The thing is, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a notch or if it's actual
Oh, you're
clipping.
right. It might just be a notch, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, it is a notch because look, it's obviously in this screenshot.
Yeah,
too,
and I don't
so-
feel like they would have like photoshopped.
Oh
that.
yeah, clearly there's no way
Yeah.
that was an accident for sure.
Oh, people holding out hope that Fio's on Women Fighters team or something.
That
That would be sweet.
cool.
Yeah, but the moment I saw those power up boxes down there, I was like, oh
yeah.
god.
And there you go.
Dude, this stage is fucking sick.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, one thing I want to say though is like it was interesting because when King came back, I mean, obviously she got a booty upgrade and everything like that, but I don't feel like she's gotten the same kind of upgrade as a lot of these other characters that we've been seeing, right?
Yeah, we take equal treatments. Dude, I love the POWs dancing.
Oh, I know. Dude, there's so many of them in the background too. Check them out. They're all over the place.
Everywhere.
Yeah, all right, let's see here.
Oh, she looks so cute.
Who?
I'm down to Ging. Back there with the other POW.
Yeah. Well, who is that? Is that a specific character or?
I mean, I think that might be supposed to be Aerie, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. But here we go. Back fist.
Yeah, and he's got his Ralph kick.
Twirly kick. Misses the cross up. Get punched.
Get popped.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, what is her name? Yeah, it's the girl who drops the power-ups randomly. Because that's why she's also sitting on her knees, because that's her actual, like, collapse and scream animation.
Oh, okay.
God, you're
gotcha.
totally right.
Wait,
Madoka? Is that her name?
someone said red max mode, or is that later on?
That's later on.
Okay. Yeah, so get punched. Lockety.
Just defend.
Yeah, target
Block.
combo.
That's not target combo, that's a special move.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there's the armored punch.
Oh yeah. That's the focus attack thingamajiggy.
Yeah,
I wish we would get an official name so we can stop calling it focus attack, but it's the easiest way to describe it, right? So, what if we called it the buff CD, the BCD? Let's just call it the BCD for now, right? The amazingly buff CD, the ABCD. That's what I'm gonna call it for the ABCD.
And then when you get the EX version,
then it'll be the ABCDE. Command throw.
yeah, focus blowback.
Yeah. Splat.
AFAD, always fresh, always delicious. Perfect.
Okay, so he definitely gets Oki after the command throw here.
Yeah, it's probably like armored blowout or something is probably what we'll end up going with for now.
So what was that?
That's a command normal mobility tool. So you can cancel like stand C into, what is it? I think it's forward B, and it's just hop, That's it.
Oh, so that's a normal.
That's a command normal
Right,
with no like attack box.
So it actually sets you up for
tick throw
what games has he
situation.
had this hat in before?
14.
Oh, he had it in 14. Oh,
I think
okay.
14's the only time he's had it.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think so.
Okay, so then he uses it to set up for the command.
Oh, did he have it in 13? Because I definitely did not play Clark in 13.
Okay.
But okay, so yeah, everyone's yelling at me he had it in 13.
Okay. And then jump, and then I get the hit punish here.
Nothing happened.
I try to kick you, and then
you get dive.
Flop.
Take the dive to the head.
Yep. Who cares about dive kicks? It's all about dive punches.
Punch.
Ugh. Well, get kicked in the face.
We're not yelling, we're screaming.
All right. Yeah, but this is crazy because this is the first trailer that has had like none of the quick cuts.
There we go.
This is
so that's straight quick max. That is straight
right.
a quick max.
That's the first time we've seen this, isn't it?
But you'll notice he has a red glow instead of the blue.
So does that mean that this is part of the the ABCD groove?
I don't think so. Oh, well, here's the thing. We don't know.
Right,
We don't
yeah.
know. We still don't know if it has multiple bars or any of that shit.
Because what if it is part of that, and since it's not, maybe it's not actually a maxing, it's just a, hey, I get to extend my combos.
Like Roman cancel?
Yeah, like
FADC.
Actually, it could be, because the ABCD actually glows purple as well, right? And so maybe they're doing that, but you hold the button and forward dash. Maybe it literally is a focus attack.
Oh, nothing excess. Everyone's so happy about that.
So here we go, boom.
Yeah. So then he flashes pinkish red.
And then, but he's back to neutral right away. There's no like crazy hold animation.
So that's one thing I'm really happy about is they took away the auto run from 14.
Okay, but this is just a normal target combo or change into command.
And actually,
normal.
go back.
I did go back.
Go back a little further, please.
Okay.
Oh.
Even further.
Yeah, even further. So I want to see, dupe to do, quick max, return to neutral, manual run up, stand C, stomp, and then
cancel into EX.
Cancels into EX.
Oh, shout outs to Nothing XS for the gift subs, dude.
My man.
All right, now I'm happy that he has Frankensteiner back.
Oh, okay. All right, go frame by frame real quick.
Frame by frame here?
Yeah.
He's still glowing.
He's still got the red. Okay, I wanted to see if he lost it after doing the 1EX.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's still glowing.
He still got it.
So he's still in whatever mode that this is at this point in time.
Yep, and then he gets the tackle off of the EX punch.
And he's still glowing. He's still he's still
glowing.
Still glowing. He's still glowing. Sigma Nuts, Cat Butts to Nothing XS.
No, it looks like it's much more like O2 where you have to manually run.
And he still got the combo into level 3. He still got the combo into the Actually, that's a level 2, isn't it?
That's a level 2. Frankensteiner.
Thanks, Nothing XS.
R.
Thanks, Nothing XS.
Okay. So yeah, and then gets the
that just
follow-up.
Was how excited he is for Ralph, right? Ralph. Yeah, okay. But then the level
level 1. Yeah, so level 1 and then it's the grab animation.
Yeah. Okay. We pirates now. Oh, that looked cool.
Updating the animations.
The weight on Ralph. Look at see, that looked good right there. I liked that. The way Ralph was like as he was getting lifted up.
Get tossed. It's freaking heavy.
Not for these guys, dude. Look how jacked they are.
He's still heavy.
Yeah,
he's a lot of guy.
Yeah, there's some sort of weird groove system or something.
I mean, maybe not. There's still just a chance that it's a multiple resource system, and you can just do either one.
And I know EDL is joking, but he's been doing that before Potemkin, so much earlier before Potemkin. All right, so here we go, which I thought was going to be the Ralf hour, but he actually spends most of his time getting his ass whooped in this video still anyway. But there's Ralph's version of that punch. There's the tech roll back.
Jump CD.
Jump CD. Tech roll back again.
Punched in the dick.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a 3-hit combo or if he just wasn't blocking, actually.
Oh, they do have the exact same pouches that Leona does with the V's on them.
Oh, you're right, huh? Yeah,
Good call.
Looks like a combo. I wonder what that V... Oh, that's right. It's her super, probably.
Well, originally, we were like, oh, it must be for V-Slasher. But now that everyone has it...
Yeah, now it just might just be a design, frankly. It might not even necessarily mean a V. Okay, so there it is right there, the ABCD thing again. So
You're just reveling in that.
I mean, I just don't want to call it a focus
Abacad.
attack. I just don't want to call it a focus attack. Here.
Abacad. Yep, and that's just definitely his CD.
So I'm just
animation.
gonna call it the armored buff CD.
Call it like Armored Blowout or something.
Okay. Armored blowback CD. There you go. Perfect. ABCD. There we go. Oof. Get kicked in the face. Oh, there it is again. The
Duff.
Duff. So he should get the crumple out of that as expected. But here's the thing. Clearly, in all the other videos, we never saw any of this purple glowing shit or whatever like that. It was all this, you know.
No, that's not true. Because the armored blowout thing.
No. I'm saying the first few videos that we got, we didn't see any of this stuff. And now all of a sudden we're seeing this. This really feels like a mode thing to me. This really feels like that there's a advanced and EX kind of thing. I don't know, like to me.
That is a Mars People craft on the left.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Good eye.
Right, so the max mode was kind of bluish before. So I really feel like
So raw max is blue, but
Right.
quick max is probably red.
yeah, I just feel like we definitely have some sort of mode thing going on in here. I really, really feel like that's what we're getting over here.
I mean, again, it's either there's a mode thing to it, or it's a secondary resource like drive. Or
Right.
Also, whoa, go back a little bit. It's like just a little. Let him finish the throw, and pause so we can embrace the magic of the Gatling camel. Because this is the first time we've ever seen it outside of like the Metal Slug sprite art.
Oh yeah. You're talking
It
about this
really
thing?
points out how kind of awkward they are.
The Gatling camel.
Holy crap. This stage is fucking amazing,
Is
by
that
the
an
way.
overhead, by the way? So, because he just gets hit like
Well,
a chump.
he got the crouch, so maybe not.
Oh, could be a forced crouch too, right? Boof. Oh god,
That
like I said,
hitbox.
Ralf is just getting his ass whooped over here. Okay, finally gets in a hit.
I love the we're
Yeah,
both gem. Get duffed.
Dude, if there's a Sam Show stage somewhere, that would be really cool. Now, that wasn't even a combo, Ralph. Seriously. Okay,
Yeah,
so
quick
here's
max.
max mode again. Yeah, EX into EX.
He's got
Duff.
so he's just 14, Ralph, mostly.
Yeah, and then here's his kicky thing, which gives him a juggle into the level 1 splat,
And tackle,
and then
ground and pound.
I'm sad they got it in the corner so you can't see him actually punching the face, but you know, that's fine, whatever. And then pow.
Actually, yeah, do me a favor. Back up. Yes,
That
yes.
is great.
That's a good ass shot.
Yeah. Oh.
It's the beginning of the combo. Good enough. Jabby.
Jabby.
Yeah, this really might be the best stage in the game so
Yeah.
far. It's amazing.
I mean, nostalgia is one of those killer things.
Yeah, but it
It's
looks
just
so good.
Cool. It's so cool looking. They did such a good job.
Quick
with
max, red glow. Kicky,
EX.
EX Punchy,
Still red glow.
EX
EX
Ralph
kickity
kick,
kick. Right. Level
still red, into a super,
level 1.
not red anymore.
Oh, you're right. Huh.
It might just follow more or less like the 14 quick max rules, except you're allowed to do level 1s or something. Because he did 2 EXs before he actually blew the super.
But what's crazy about that, then... Oh, he didn't do anything else afterwards. So that was 3 bars that he just spent there then, basically. EX, and
unless
level 1.
unless EXs still consume time on your max mode.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. He looks so great.
Dude, that looks cool right there, dude. That looks amazing. I love this. Here. I love this. He looks so cool.
So, just for the record, the Metal Slug universe has already been tied into the Ikari Warriors.
Right.
Like, they pop up in their endings and everything. And then again, also, Ikari Warriors characters pop up in Metal Slug. So this is totally fair game.
And Sigma Nuts Cat Butts the Cone for the subscription. Appreciate that. KOF 15. I thought I unpaused it, didn't I? Oh, I guess that's just
Oh, and then you get to the salute.
yeah.
Which is fantastic.
So cool. Shatter all expectations. Yeah, but they look good, dude. I think Ralf and Clark look really, really good. So it is the Ikari Warriors team. Okay. There you go.
They're all saluting Chang. Yes.
We need just to add a chain graphic over here. Like, just put, like, the ball and chain over here on the side or something. That would have been hilarious. Oh, man. Well, there you go. Ralf and Clark, it is.
Oh, actually, let's watch it one more time with full sound.
Full speed as well?
Full speed, full sound.
Okay. Let's do this. So, again, you aren't going to be able to hear us very well.
Team Ikari! Ralph Jones. いやー、ああいうのはノリと勢いが必要でしょう。Clark still.
So cool. Super might just end that mode or something.
KOF 15.
I just want to check one thing one more time.
So I want to say for the record,
Oops, hang on. Yeah, go ahead.
this might be my favorite new song in the game so far.
Oh, yeah?
I really like this.
So, yeah, look, here's... Let's go back here. This is interesting as well. So, more things to point out. We noticed he was still purple during all of this, but as soon as he cancels to the super, no more purple.
Yep, the glow's gone.
So the super obviously ends the whatever max
The max
mode this
mode
is.
thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay.
Also, I think we're getting a little bit of feedback again.
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank
Dang,
you.
I can't believe you could hear that. That's so crazy. I can't hear any of that. That's wild. Okay.
So I'm not dissatisfied by any means. I was just
You wanted the anti-Orochi team.
Well, I want more crazy shit. You know, we still got whatever the female fighters team is. We still got the K-Dash team, and then Kim probably. And then after that, like, we start getting our wild cards.
Right.
Because that's one thing we all agree on. We need to see more crazy shit. we're still getting a lot of the gimmies.
Right, and you know they're probably doing that on purpose, right? Starting with a lot of the gimmies. So, hungry clicker.
Oh,
Dude,
yo, I want Clicker to just do the whole squad.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be
sick.
so cool.
I love cancel into little hoppy command grab thing. That
So-
makes me want to play him, dude, because I love that kind of stuff.
Coaxtress, it's really, really similar to the guard attack from 12.
Yeah.
But we still don't know yet on like how much is different, how much is the same. But yeah, so far the biggest shattered expectation is definitely the stage. Carlitos nailed it right there.
Well, from this trailer,
Well, for in a while.
you think so? Oh,
honestly.
okay.
Like honestly, probably since Chizuru, the stage is probably the biggest surprise.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's because we kind of knew CYS is coming back,
Yes.
but Shermie's outfit was kind of a pretty
big
expectation.
I
shattered,
will say, like, I was surprised by how fucking good they look.
yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, but I mean, also, you know, it's just cool that now we're finally getting to see more mechanics. And like I said, this is actually 2 long clips of them fighting, and I think that's really, really cool. I like them revealing 2 characters at the same time so you can see them battling each other. I think that's actually really neat.
And I mean, that might be also because of, like, some of the positive reception they got from the end of the Fatal Fury one.
Right,
Where they had all
yeah.
3 of them just beating the tar out of each other.
And maybe they had already worked on some of the later trailers, and it's finally bleeding into the ability to do this, but...
Actually, that would be really cool if they put Athena in the girls' team, and then there's no Psycho Soldier team.
Oh god, Athena's never been on the female team.
Not true.
Has she been on there before? Really?
Most notably, 03. There was no Psycho Soldier team.
Really?
She was on the Pretty Girls team.
Was Kenso just not in the game?
Nope.
Well, then I don't want that.
Because you just want Kenso to come
I want
back.
Kenso to come
Here's
back.
the thing: you are only allowed to say that if you pick up a game and main Kenso.
When I played 98, I played Kenso.
Yeah, when was the last time you played 98?
When I played 13, I played Kenso. When I played 14,
And how long did
I
that
played
last?
Kenso.
And how long did that last?
14 was like a day.
Yeah.
Kenso.
Just play 11 with me, you'll be fine.
Oh man, you're gonna have to let me train up first.
Of course,
dude.
of course. Yeah, and 11 Kenso is pretty lit. Like, he's not, like, super, super good, but he's not Garbo.
Yeah, dude, Speedwagon, don't worry. Me and Olaf have been taking care of swallowing giant meat buns recently a lot. And I know that sounds weird, but that is absolutely what's been going on, so... but yeah.
Personally, I don't care. I'm still 100% on board for the Ikari waifu bait that is Leona. Because, good lord.
I mean, this trailer is so cool. I just like this. I just enjoy it so much that you know we're getting to see a lot more here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw the white flash earlier. It's probably not anything too crazy. They're probably just doing colors for certain teams.
Yeah, the ones they really want to, like, exemplify for it.
You shut your mouth, Fusomoto. You shut your mouth.
I mean, it's not totally inaccurate.
You shut your mouth, Olaf. All right, we're done. All right, see you guys later.
James is far from the biggest Kenso stan.
Kenso's the best, dude. Don't even. I mean, even SNK doesn't even give him the proper respect, right? They just abandon his storyline.
Hi, Mary fan here.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man.
But that's a topic for a little bit from now.
Yeah. Oh man.
This stage is so cool. Again, Gatling Camel is amazing. All the like POWs running around like maniacs. And this like the makeshift encampment.
Right.
Like, I feel like there's probably something in the stage that I haven't caught yet that's still visible, and I just don't.
Can one of the mods ban Seiru X?
Dang.
Can you just like ban him, please?
Dang.
Seiru X. Hating on.
It's okay. The chat's trolling me too, so it's okay. Yo, damn!
You didn't actually have to ban him.
60-second timeout.
You didn't actually have to ban him. I was joking, Caramel Jenkins. I was joking.
What is the shortest ban you can give on Twitch?
I don't know, actually.
I totally.
don't know.
It would have been really funny if you gave him like a literal 1 second timeout.
You don't disrespect Kenso on my stream. Do you understand? Do you understand? There is no disrespecting of Kenso here. Anyways, okay.
I'm not even sure you could do Andy Robert Kenso as Team Second Bananas because I think there are too many Second Bananas in KOF.
Probably.
Like Maxima is probably my favorite character in that team, and he is definitely the second banana or third banana at this point.
Oh man.
I respect that. We could give Leona a little better arms. No, I wouldn't complain about that.
Oh, like beefier arms? Yeah, for sure.
I'm on board. Now, one of my friends actually pointed out, like, his issue is, like, with all the rest of her physique, her shoulders actually look a little small. Like, compared to the rest of her arms and everything. I was like, that's reasonable. There's definitely design decisions in there for that, but... Yeah. Dude, if they put Kula on the women fighters team, that would be nutty.
That would be weird. But then, like I said, I wouldn't want Mai on the team, and then I'd want them to put Sylvie on the team so they could be...
Oh, yeah, because that's going to fucking happen.
Right,
Putting
yeah.
Kula and Sylvie on the same team.
Yeah, but Kula, Sylvie, and Yuri, so there's just be team tiny... Well, like you said, Momoko maybe, or something like that instead. I don't know.
So, the leader of the Ikari team, besides Hyder and off-screen, is Ralf. Because Ralf is the highest ranking of the three.
Even more than Leona?
Leona doesn't have a rank.
I always thought Leona was the leader of the team.
Not even close.
Really?
So she is somewhere in that range of lowest ranking of all the fighters, and officially she has no rank. Because Hydran always wanted to give her the option to leave.
I always thought that she was the leader because she's just the coolest.
Because waifu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, Ralf is the highest ranking. Clark is just under him. And then everyone else, basically.
So Clark, was he first player in Ikari Warriors then?
Fuck if I remember.
You know, it'd be actually really funny if they actually gave Ralf and Clark something that if you knocked them down and they got KO'd, you could quickly type ABBA and they would get up with a tiny bit of energy, you know, like Phoenix status. That would actually be hilarious if they ever put that in a game. That would be the sickest reference ever, dude. I would be down with it. I mean, that's why I love the way that they fixed Dan's Infinite in Street Fighter V with the random red fireball.
We're randomly making it better so that you suck.
Yeah, but the random red fireball throwback to the original is so genius, dude.
Dude, if they actually gave Ralf and Clark an ABBA, like,
so sick,
little like
dude.
code. Actually, you know what they should do?
What's that?
They should make that, you type that in during the intro sequence. Like, you know, when they're doing their, like, ring intro, and then they just die and respawn.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no, and Whip really likes Clark. But yeah, no, Leona has no rank, so she always has the option to leave.
Gotcha.
With that in mind, just a little bit of a side note. If you haven't, go watch the Shoryu game on Whip.
Okay.
Because first off, it's good, and secondly, it's hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, we all love Shoryu game here, so I would say go check that out if you haven't.
Yeah.
And he definitely touches on Whip and Clark. Just nice. But, so what do you think? The main topic? Is that where we should go next?
Sure.
I think that's
or you want to do news? Is there any more news?
I don't think we have any more news.
Okay, so then, yeah, let's just do the main topic then.
Yeah, because we've got... Oh, no, there's one more bit of news.
Okay.
Forgot. As you may have seen on Twitter, and I think it was it Chef Raptor was the one who shared it? I think it was Chef Raptor. I want to give proper credit because that was a really exciting thing for me to see. But anyways, MAME emulation for Bariki 1 is improving.
Yeah. Did you send me that tweet or anything like that, or?
I know I retweeted it. I tagged you in it, but you probably get like 1 million tags a day anyway.
It's so hard for me to find shit sometimes on.
Oh yeah, it was Chef Raptor is the one who shared it.
Okay.
I've got it.
Here it is. I got it.
Cool.
I got it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at that.
Hang on a second, let me do...
Like, it's still in pretty rough shape, but this is a hell of a lot more playable than it's ever been before in emulation.
And one of the cool things about it, too, is it really just shows you how hard emulation is to do. It's not just like, I'm going to reproduce the thing with the thing.
And especially with, like, kind of the janky old 3D fighting games and 3D games in general, like, it took forever for like Project Justice to become playable.
Yeah. I mean, whatever the screen is in the background over here.
The projected sprite TV back there.
Right, they haven't been able to figure out how to get that out of the way just yet.
Yeah, like all the sprite layers are sorted badly.
Right,
That's all it
exactly.
is.
Like you can see the cameraman, their half of their bodies here and all this stuff. But all that stuff's supposed to be in the background. But the models themselves, and the way they look and how fast they're moving and stuff like that.
And that the floor is only bad rather than god-awful.
Oh yeah, was it just awful before?
Again, everything you're seeing here is a gigantic improvement. Yeah, no, it's all the biggest problem is the fact that the entirety of the sprite layer is drawn in the front rather than sorted.
Right.
That's all that's happening. Everything else is working.
So basically, all they have to do is just reset all the stuff and put all the layers in the correct order, and then
we should be like that,
work.
and the floor, which has like its own like scaling engine,
right?
And then we're done, pretty much. Like then it's good. So I'm super excited. Like this might actually be playable sometime in the near future.
Right, and again, just an indication of how much work it takes to do emulation and stuff. It's not just, hey, I'm gonna recreate this thing and everything works perfectly.
Yeah, no, and it's like we've talked about before. It's that like you also have, how many people out there have the know-how to make emulation work and give a shit about getting the Hyper 64 to work? Like that's a pretty small Venn diagram.
Yeah, it's a smaller Venn diagram of Michael Jackson and Samurai Showdown and pun fans.
It might be. It actually might be. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that entire Bariki 1 project right there is, like, one guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, emulation is hard, because, I mean, that's just the whole thing. Hardware is hard to emulate, basically.
Where's Kyo?
Oh, yeah, I took them all away
Yeah.
for the trailer. That's what I got to bring them all back here.
Oh, yeah, Bariki 1 Rio is fucking awesome. Oh, Fusumoro. I have talked about that game many a time. That game is awesome, and it's weird.
Yeah, so it's the attacks are on the joystick. The movement is on the left and right buttons.
Yeah, so, like, your left hand where the stick normally is instead is 2 buttons, just left and right. And then your right hand where your buttons normally are is a normal 8-way stick. And you swing by, like, moving that stick and where you want your character to attack.
Now, wouldn't it have been better if they just made the buttons to move on the right and the attack on the left like that?
You'd be surprised how natural it feels.
Well, I mean, I understand how... I think it probably feels more natural, but it's just harder for arcade operators, I feel like, to create a cabinet that specifically...
I mean, you already have to go through the work of having a cabinet that's supporting your Hyper 64,
right.
Which means you're going to have some of the JAMA rewiring,
Right.
You're going to have... So just put in a new face panel, who cares?
I feel like that's a lot to ask for, I guess,
Yeah, it's a little bit like Die by the Sword, actually. I can't remember. Someone else remembers that game. Yeah, and then actually For Honor, I think, plays a little bit like that too, right? Where you swing the mouse where you want your sword to go.
I have no idea. I thought For Honor was only PC.
Or it has like a port that plays like Skate. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it's
have
PC
no
only.
idea then. Okay.
But yeah, it's basically the whole idea is like those are like the Skate of sword fighting.
Skate was such a great game.
Skate's
dude.
fucking awesome.
I love that.
But
game.
yeah, so this is an MMA game that plays like Skate.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't For Honor also have like the you aim
It
your
might be
sword
some
slash
of the
and
characters. How much you want to bet it's like one of the characters or something like
stuff?
that?
It's just the guy who made it in Sam Show. Oh, OG Monster Hunter was like that. I didn't know that.
Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, and sorry, I'm doing the whole off-topic thing. I want to make a tennis game like that.
I respect that.
100% want, because I'm sick and tired of tennis games that swing with the A button. I'm so sick and tired of it, because the entire strategy of tennis is left versus right. And if you just hit an A button and it automatically hits for you, that's what makes everybody playing the net so strong in that game, right? But if you had to pick which way to swing, to stab and stuff like that, oh boy, I want to make a tennis game with like that. Someone let me design a tennis game, please.
Okay, here's the thing, is that if someone's going to let you design a tennis game, they probably would let you design another game, and are you really going to prioritize Tetris over, like, a platformer or a fighting game?
I don't have the ability to do Tetris, right? I mean, tennis can be generic enough. Like, that's me, like, saying, I want to make my Mega Man game. Let me make my Mega Man, you know? Like,
You could totally just make a good platformer with run, jump and shoot man.
yeah,
You know?
but no, not the Mega Man game I want to make.
Yes, I know. You require your licensing.
I require the licensing, exactly, so...
So anyway, speaking of licensing... I figured that was the best segue
Yeah,
I
I
had.
know, that's fine, that's fine.
So, you know, we've been told that we have the promotional video for KOF 15 coming up
That's right.
by Masami Obari. And so it's kind of gotten me into a little bit of a little more paying attention to the old SNK anime stuff, you know, some of the movies and whatnot, to the point that I've even rewatched a few of them, probably against my better judgment. And so I thought, you know, maybe, just maybe, it would be time to do a little bit of a presentation.
Do you have glasses?
I do have glasses. I absolutely never wear them because I don't need them. But I was prescribed them like 8 years ago.
This is completely new to me. I've never seen this before in my life. Why are we talking? What is going on in the chat here?
I'll cover that in a moment. So I want to build the start of this real quick.
Okay.
So I wanted to do a presentation on the entire animated history of SNK properties.
Jesus. Okay.
Now, before we present the little image here, which we're going to do in just a moment, it is not all-inclusive. It is not completely exhaustive because I ran out of fucking space. And I'll explain why in a moment. So go ahead and pop the image, and then I'll start giving, I'll give the context for this.
Okay.
So here's a nice, handy-dandy, I'd say maybe move the synchronized logo.
Sure.
That might be prudent. A handy-dandy little timeline of almost all anime representation of SNK stuff. Anything in the red boxes, which you'll see in the top left and top right, is stuff by Obari.
Oh, dang. Okay.
With Gaokaiser kind of being an asterisk because it's not an SNK property, it's a Neo Geo game.
Okay.
But it kind of like falls under the umbrella, so we're fine. Whatever. And then the KOF 15 stuff. Ooh, this took a while, by the way.
It looks like it took a while.
And with the exception of some of the game stuff that I'll cover in a moment, I've seen all of them.
You have?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
The only stuff I'm missing is the little tiny icons that are on the bottom row. Those are all patchy slot games.
These things here?
Yep. Those are from the patch slot games, because if you've ever seen any of the patch slot machines, they have a little LCD screen at the top, and they all have anime sequences. Some of them are more like the cardboard cutouts and dancing around and stuff, but some of them are like fully animated sequences. Like one of the Fatal Fury ones has like an actual like total of 10 seconds of footage of just Terry fishing. And it's fully animated.
Right.
So, just to do a quick little gloss over, is the Masami Obari stuff, I'm putting it aside for now, because Obari is going to be next week's topic. But
Okay.
Obari has a lot of interesting history, and some of the people were joking about some of the other stuff that Obari has worked on, and some of Obari's recent posts on Twitter, which were hilarious. And I'll cover that behind the scenes with you later, but no, we'll definitely be talking about Terry's nipples next week. You'll be fine.
Why is that such a... Alright, I guess I just don't know.
You just wait.
Okay.
You can be patient too.
Alright, okay, fine.
Like, even if you're sitting next to me, you're now part of my audience.
Yeah, I know, I am. For sure.
So,
I'm the one who gets to ask, what the hell is up with Terry's nipples, dude? Okay.
So we got the first two Fatal Fury OAVs, knocked those out, and we go right into the art of fighting. Oof.
Which is in this green section here, basically?
No. You follow the little black
Oh,
lines.
okay.
There you go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Because
Yeah.
I thought... So wait. Oh, this box on the top.
Yeah, the red outline box.
I see. I was thinking the red background
yeah.
box. Okay,
So, no.
yeah.
So
okay.
those background boxes are decades.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so the red, green, blue, and yellow, those are for respective decades.
Gotcha.
So
this
that's
is-
the 90s,
Yeah,
2000s, 2010s,
2010s.
and then the future. world of tomorrow.
Fair. All right, here we go.
Yes, there is definitely a Gaokaiser movie. I definitely own it on DVD. I'm glad I never have to watch it again. Speaking of things I never want to watch again, Art of Fighting came out in, what is that, 93?
Yeah, looks like it.
We also watched it in English. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I'm falling.
Man. That makes I'm Falling sound like an Oscar-winning performance. I mean, here's the thing, is like, I don't want to shit on it too much because that's just how, like, early 90s anime dubs were.
Right,
There's a lot of not good. The fact that any of the Fatal Fury stuff has aged as well as it has is actually impressive.
Okay.
Art of Fighting is really rough. It's rough. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So moving on, we then go into the first Samurai Shodown movie.
Well, this one's first, right?
Again, I'm glossing over the Obari works.
All right, but I mean, you mentioned the first two Fatal Furies.
Yes,
when you're saying,
so then we went to Art of Fighting, then we go to Fatal Fury, the motion picture, for
Right.
like in theaters motion picture, which is cool. We'll talk about that later. And then you go down, we got Samurai Shodown, which literally is supposed to be covering the events of Samurai Shodown 1.
Okay.
Like, straight up, Amakusa is the villain, all this stuff. It's rough.
I mean, even before you Caramel Jenkins says that movie hurt his soul.
Yeah, here's the thing, it's not an abomination, but it's definitely pretty rough.
Okay. Like, it just terms of plot, of animation, or voice acting, or all things combined?
The whole 9 yards.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those, hey, we'll make it. Okay.
Here's $10, make this movie, basically.
Yeah. It doesn't hold up very well, but I'm still going to be watching that again one of these days.
I mean, you can't say... I mean, the Street Fighter 2 movie is not terrible.
You're talking about the animated movie?
Yeah.
That movie's awesome.
Right, that's what I was about to say. The Street Fighter animated movie is good, right? So, unless you're just talking about... Is it the voice acting, the animation, the story? Yes. Oh, man.
Yeah, that actually seems about right, is that SNK probably didn't have too much input and oversight on the original Samurai Shodown one. So, you go a little further, and boom, we hit Gaokaiser. So that exists. But then we get into things that are not just movies. So right there, where James's cursor is, I don't know if that's appearing on screen.
Yeah, the mouse
is
yeah.
Real Bout Fatal Fury Special Dominated Mind. This is the PlayStation remake edition, whatever, of Real Bout Special, which has an animated intro. And it's awesome, and I love it. I definitely own both versions of the game for exactly that reason. Yep, White's game, exactly.
What's White's game?
As in, White is a brand new character that's the final boss of that game. Oh. So it's a remake of a Real Bout Special, but instead of having the two layers of depth, like the most of the Fatal Furies, they condensed it down to one and made it a 4-button game like KOF.
Right.
But other than that, it's basically Real Bout Special.
Now, when you say you own both versions, you mean English and Japanese,
Nope.
basically? Okay.
There's a special edition and a regular edition.
Okay.
And the special edition comes with like this whole bonus disc that has like all these special features and character profiles.
Was that the one with the song, the Blue Mary
No.
song? No. Okay.
Nope, that's something else I'm still trying to get my hands on a complete copy of.
Okay.
But yeah, Dominated Mind has like, there's a normal version that's just boom, here's the game, boom, bam, you're done, whatever. But there's a special edition that comes in like a 2-disc box set.
Okay.
It has all this other cool shit.
Gotcha.
I know people who would argue Alfred's okay.
Okay.
Oh man.
What's that?
Mario Sonic Boss is like, yo, when are you gonna do the live action timeline, including all the commercials?
Oh god.
Fuck it, I'm in. I'll do it.
And
give me a few weeks.
Even the American KOF movie?
I mean, I need to get it out of the way eventually.
Oh god, no. No.
Anyways.
What am I fighting for?
So then, that's about where we started hitting a real drought on SNK anime stuff. So
Real drought special?
I'm keeping that one. I'm not even mad.
So this is what I mean. When I hear things, it just triggers.
Now the thing is that you want to do drought like Like when you don't have enough water,
Right.
or like how people read the kind of beer,
Right, yeah.
the draft drought.
Right. So this is the real drought special. Okay, got it. All right.
I definitely need to make like a beer company now and have the real drought special.
Dude, that's so perfect. Okay. Anyway,
So then we get to the Dreamcast version of KOF 98.
Yes,
the
which I actually own.
1999 Dream Match, because marketing is confusing.
Yeah.
But that also has a super cool animated
Yeah.
intro. And we have now covered both of the times that Mary appears in animated form. She's not in any of the other shit.
He's not bitter.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of not. At least I got that.
Right. and that music video, right? So
Yeah, I mean, that one's a little, like, more esoteric.
yeah, I guess it's true.
But yeah, we've already watched, like, there's the Mary music video, which is in the Neo Geo CD release of Real Bout Special.
Okay.
Which, you know, is like a fucking paragraph to describe what that is. Anyways, so after that, you see we start getting into really fancy and interesting art. So if you go very bottom there, that is the Samurai Shodown 64 OAV. It's a 2-episode little mini-series thing that covers like Asura chasing down Shiki, and Shiki's like like all damaged. Nakaru is trying to take care of her, and all the characters actually interact with each other, and it's actually pretty good. Like,
So this
like,
is actually pretty good.
I enjoyed it. It's got some of those problems of like if you don't know what's going on, some of the context is a little awkward, but it's good. I liked it.
Okay.
The biggest problem with it is one of those things of, hey, you know that new character we're introducing? We have to have him beat up all the characters you love so you think he's strong.
Oh god, not that crap again.
It's
not
a
that,
fucking
not the,
trope.
The Crimson Viper shit, basically, right? Yeah. Okay. God. Yeah, that's irritating. Look, new character, important character.
Yeah.
Strong.
Now, I mean, admittedly, Asura is ludicrously strong, but just like, we're going to have him show up and beat everybody up because reasons, and that way you know they're strong.
Right.
Yeah, it's a super generic anime trope, but it works, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like Broly syndrome. He's cool because he's strong.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're into the 2000s here.
Nah. So then we get to this one. So this is what was supposed to be a full Nakoruru animated series.
Whoa. Okay. I thought that was Athena. Okay.
Oh, that's Nako.
Okay.
It takes place in Kamui Kotan. Like, it's got the whole deal.
What's
However,
Kamui Kotan?
the actual Ainu village where, like, Nako is, it's one of the
Okay.
levels you literally select in Samurai Showdown. You know, with the deer who was in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deer in the ground.
Kamui Kotan.
Right. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, this is supposed to be animated. There is not an animated version of Yuri and Friends, all right? Also, stop.
Okay.
So, here's the thing, is that they made a really, really awkward choice on this series.
On this Nako series.
Yeah. Before anything else, they decided, hey, you know what we should hire to do the character design and direct it? The guy who made Mezzoforte and Kite. Which,
Okay.
if there are weebs in the chat who are probably going to be like, oh god, really? So Kite and Mezzo, while both good and enjoyable, are hyper violent, and one of them at least has, there's 2 cuts of the movie. One of them is the R-rated, and one of them is the, we can't even give that an R, oh shit. Like, literally, one of the characters has, like, a wet dream and fantasizes about a lot of sex with other characters. For no fucking reason!
Okay.
Like, it's like...
Which movie is this? This is
Kite.
Kite. Okay.
And Mezzoforte. Mezzoforte is the one where she has the dream.
Okay.
And it's just like, I had to actually watch both versions, and I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm going to tell you your sex scenes ruined your movie? Like, it's fucking nonsense. But anyways, so they're like, you know what?
It's very gratuitous. In other words, it's like, let's just do it just to do it,
Super
basically.
fucking gratuitous. And they're like, you know what? Let's let him make a Samurai Shodown series.
With Nakoruru.
With Nakoruru as the lead protagonist.
Yeah.
Fucking genius. Okay, so that's a thing that happened. Yeah, so the thing is that, like, I don't understand, like, yeah, it's written as Kite. And I, like, even if it's Kite, I don't know why that would be the case. But
Right.
like, it's a Japanese movie, so I'm kind of I'm under the impression it's Kite.
Right. I mean, it's like the Legend of Cage, right? Now
Yeah.
we know, call it the Legend of
Yeah,
Kage,
I was
right?
pretty sure it's Kite, but someone can correct me if they know better than I do.
Right.
But regardless, yeah, the creator of that took the lead on a Nakamura series because reasons. Now, the thing is that they got through a whole episode and a half of making it before they ran out of budget.
Oh, okay.
So that half an episode doesn't exist.
Okay. Okay.
One whole episode exists and is available out there, and it's only in fan sub because it never even got like any sort of distribution.
So somehow it still exists. People.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
Okay.
It's a mixed bag. It has some very morally questionable things that you will see in there, but in and of itself, it's okay.
Okay.
But they definitely had plans to make it a whole ass series, and so they're like, chapter 1, yada yada yada, and then it just ends, and you're like, well, that's a thing I watched. So that happened.
Okay.
So we get to fast forward a bit and jump all the way up to 2006.
Yeah, I mean, this is a giant leap.
So
over
there's
here.
an asterisk that I'll get to in a moment on
Okay.
that dead zone.
Okay.
But then we go up to King of Fighters Another Day, which I made James watch last night.
where is that one at? Is
That's
that
the white DVD box you were just hovering over.
This. Oh, so this is this.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
okay.
the actual DVD box
Gotcha,
cover
gotcha. Okay,
for
okay.
King of Fighters Another Day. The 4-episode miniseries that takes place more or less after KOF 11 and at the start of Max Impact 2, if you were to assume that their canons actually align. Another Day is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know enough about the lore necessarily, but the best thing about it was that, I mean, they had the original voice actors in there, and it was very aware of the lore. In other words, it's not one of those things that you watch and it's just like, what the hell are you guys even talking about? We have to build up, we have to find our arcana to get our power, you know, kind of things, basically, right? So
Yeah, it's just, oh, we know these guys. But yeah, also it's worth noting that like Max Impact 2 assumes that Mark of the Wolves timeline is happening. So that's kind of where that Fatal Fury canon line is. Because as we've talked about before, all the multiple timelines in SNK don't necessarily line up properly.
But I mean, how do they make how do they make that gel, right? Because I mean, Geese is supposed to be dead, but not dead.
Geese is okay. So in Fatal Fury timeline and Max Impact timeline, Geese is supposed to be fucking dead,
Right.
because he's in the Mark of the Wolves
Right.
era.
So
the
they're
plot of Max Impact is literally Geese is dead and another gangster took over Southtown, and
Okay.
it went to shit.
Okay.
And then Max Impact 2 is just a thing.
Okay.
Really? We're asking about Sky Stage? All right.
I mean,
That'll come in a moment
So
then.
here's the thing. So with this Another Day, they're kind of melding the two.
They're allowing the Max Impact timeline to work with the regular Fatal Fury timeline-ish. Doesn't mean it follows the regular KOF timeline, although some events still occur. But yeah, no, it just totally doesn't matter.
So it's basically a kind of this thing.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey, as it were.
Okay. Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, KOF Sky Stage was a shmup on the Xbox 360.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
First off, that game was kind of fucking awesome.
I never played it, but I
was
remember
so
it.
fun.
Is this just like
It's just-
Iori's just like flying, right? Like
Everyone's flying.
Yeah,
The only one that makes any amount of sense is Athena. It's like she's returning to her roots.
right. Yeah.
But yeah, that game was fun. I liked it. It had some pretty cool art. Mary was in Terry's ending. Yes,
course,
I can
yeah.
literally make any topic about my love of Mary. I can do it.
That's fine.
Don't-
That's fine.
Anyway, so we go a little bit further, and we're going to kind of gloss over the teeny ones and just go up to the top there. This is something that's in my holy grail items that I will probably never afford. This is the Garo Denset's 15th anniversary box set.
I forgot I can zoom in on these things.
Yeah, buddy. I make it big enough for you to do that.
Yeah. There you go.
I really would like this.
What is this exactly?
This is a CD box set of everything in like the entirety of the Fatal Fury history. It's also where you get the Memories of Stray Wolves from. The little featurette that I talked about, where it actually shows like Duck King and Mary in the Mark of the Wolves timeline.
Yeah,
that is exclusive to this box.
Okay, and you just haven't been able to find.
I can't afford it.
Oh, you can find it.
It is like upwards of $300 to $400 if I'm lucky.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's on my list of I really would like this, but if I can afford that, there's also like one or two other things I'm like, should I afford that instead?
Right, of course. The collector syndrome, basically.
Yeah, it's mad pricey.
Right, you have to figure out where you go.
Yeah,
and which one's gonna get more expensive after time, right?
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, do I really want to pay like $300 just to own a legitimate copy of Memories of Stray Wolves? The answer is probably not, but shit. So anyways, Memories of Stray Wolves is that little featurette, which sort of counts as animation. I just kind of want to put it on
I'm
there.
zooming on the other boxes just so people can see them, here.
So we can take a little quick look at these.
Yeah,
and then you saw someone in the chat actually was like, yo, was that such and such movie? Because they actually recognized the art style.
Oops.
What have you done?
Sorry. Well, I mean, this is still a cool drawing, but still.
I really hope SNK actually does do something cool for Garo 30th, but they might actually have a problem just because of, like, COVID manufacturing fucking things up. They might not be able to.
Right.
And that's its own clusterfuck.
And so just so people know, what are these little boxes here, right? You mentioned...
This is where we're at now. Okay. This is exactly what I'm about to cover.
Okay, got it.
So actually feel free to zoom in on all those little boxes and the K- poster right below there. Yeah.
Here you go.
Not just the Patchy Slot era. These are all Patchy Slot games. And earlier...
Oh, I see. This actually is way over there. You just have to move it to the side so it fit, basically.
So with that in mind, remember earlier I mentioned this is not a like all-inclusive list or something. I ran out of fucking space. like you see the Sky Love there? That's the game that Love Heart is from. She got like 5 of them. I didn't know that. She got like 5 fucking games.
And all of them have animation in them.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. There's I think 4 or 5 Fatal Furies. I put at least 4 of them on there. I think that's all of them. Yeah, because we've got Legend of the Hungry Wolf, we've got the Fatal Fury Special, we've got Fatal Fury, I think it translates to Dual Strike.
Okay.
And then the Fatal Fury Premium.
So what is the Fatal Fury in Japanese? Do you know?
Garo Densetsu.
Okay.
That's
right.
The Legend of the Hungry Wolf.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Garo Densetsu.
Garo Densetsu, that's what it is, yes.
But I mean, I could just say Fatal Fury and everyone gets it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't...
This is an English stream.
I didn't recognize... I didn't recognize the actual
I can't read that shit either.
Well, no, but I just didn't even know that was Fatal Fury.
Yeah,
like even from a visual representation kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I'm literally at the point now that if I go to Book Off, I actually can look for like the patterns. Like I can't read it or draw it, but if I see that pattern, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Garo.
Yeah.
So then there's 3 King of Fighters games. And each one is actually one of the primary arcs of KOF, the sagas. So the one on the left there is the plain old King of Fighters. That one covers Orochi Saga. Then the second one down there, rather than having the logo, I wanted the poster. So that one with K- is Episode of Nests. That's the second KOF Patchy Slot.
This actually is a Patchy Slot.
Yeah, that's promotional art from it
because... You just wanted
because...
to put the poster on there.
Yeah, because the logo is just another cheap King of Fighters 2 logo. And the 3 one isn't better.
Person?
That is Diana.
Okay, right, all right.
And then,
I swear there are new KOF characters every single week we do this.
I thought we talked about Diana the other week.
Maybe we did, and I just don't remember because there's just so many characters. Anyways.
And then you got the KOF 3. But then there's like a bunch of other shit I couldn't fit in. Like, yeah, people have been talking about the Art of Fighting ones. There's Metal Slug ones. There's a fucking Last Blade one that just follows Ikari. Then you get like Dragon Gal, which is what Mui Mui is from, and she's got like 3 fucking games, and all of them have animation.
Where is Alice from?
Yes. She's from all the Fatal Fury ones here.
Oh, so she's in all of them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Dude, I swear to God, Alice just must... Like, the more and more I learn about these and learn about the history and everything like that, you probably really fucking hate Alice.
You know, I don't actually hate her.
It's just the way that they're giving her all this attention instead of Mary. Like,
So that's kind of the thing, is I've really... Okay, so it is and isn't. Like, it is a different Alice, but it's not a different Alice. It is explicitly the same character design and all this shit. They've kind of tweaked some of her name and some of her design, because she's like Alice Garnet Nakanada or something. And then she just became like Alice Garnet or something like that.
Okay.
There's some sort of tweak there.
Right.
But yeah, there is another Alice from a different game. Yeah, Alice's canon also does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, so no, the Kim student one is a totally different one. Sorry, I misread chat there.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
even
okay.
so, like Patchy Slot Alice and KOF 14 Alice are still subtly different in like something with their naming.
Right.
It's some weird, stupid crap like that. But yeah, no, the more I've dug into like the Patchy Slot era and into up to KOF 14, the more I'm honestly just like, does SNK actually hate Mary?
Right.
Because not only like in the games where Mary even like appears, she is like thrown into the background 9 times out of 10. She has like one animated sequence. Otherwise, she's girl with bikini on beach.
All right, I got an idea here. Let's commission an artist to add to the SNKronize logo and put Kenso, Blue Mary, and Rick Stroud on there. Because I feel like Kitty would appreciate a Rick Stroud, right?
I mean, I'd appreciate Rick Stroud
Right.
too. So I don't know if you saw the
we
other
can
day
have
I
our-
shared that Rick Stroud picture.
Yeah.
So I really would like to see some of these, which leads me to a little bit of a kicker here. I really wish I had a friend who owned property in Japan,
Right, okay.
because
Yeah,
you can actually find some of these machines on Yahoo Auctions. And I really, really want one of them that's on the auctions right now.
But it's just the shipping is going to be expensive.
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to be like, you know what, let me get a mini fridge from Japan and just send it over. It's no big deal. It's going to cost me more in shipping than the damn machine cost.
Right. Oh, okay. So someone out there, can they ban Noah's Wild from the? No,
Yeah, time him out for about 15 seconds,
yeah.
please.
No, it's okay.
Couldn't even spell Stroud right. Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll fight you. We'll fight you for sure. Man. All right.
Vanessa is not better. She's just a waifu.
Please take out Wingless as well while you're at it. So, dang, there's a lot of Vanessa stands in here, dude. There are a lot of Vanessa stands.
So yes, actually, that's where I got some of the stuff and got some of my information. SNK Playmore's Patchy Slot website is still up. It's still out there. You have to do a little digging, but it's there. And basically anything that wasn't restricted to Flash is still up on the website, including they actually have their download pages for their promotional materials, download
dang.
parts of the OSTs,
Okay,
the whole 9
okay.
yards. I actually went ahead and snagged some of the stuff from like the KOF 2 Patchy Slot.
Right. Okay. So this is all Patchy Slot here.
Everything there.
Right.
Like once you get past that, the another day,
Okay.
everything on the bottom and the one little one up there at the top that's all Patchy Slot stuff.
So wait,
And
this is
again,
Patchy Slot as
no,
well?
No. The
Oh,
little
okay.
one.
This one you're talking about. This.
That's correct.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's a lot of really cool shit, and again, like I had to trim out the fat in a lot of this.
Right.
I swear to God.
Now the question is, what is this up here then?
That is King of Fighters Destiny.
That didn't sound particularly enthusiastic.
I mean, chat can back me up. Oh yeah, Destiny. Oh no.
Train wreck.
I'm not sure it's
Okay.
bad enough to be a train wreck, but
Train wreck. We got lol what's in the chat.
so
there.
so
Yeah.
here's the thing about Destiny.
Oh gods. Okay. All right.
So
Fair
here's the
enough.
thing about Destiny
Okay.
is that it is it's an animated series. Like it's like 20 something episodes. It might be like a full 26.
Oh, I think
but it's
I've
done.
heard
It's
about
the
this.
Chinese 3D models
yeah.
animated series.
Okay.
And
yeah, I've heard about this. As soon as you said it was a episodic thing, that's right.
it does a couple of things that I really appreciated. But for the most part, it has some real freaking problems. Not the least of which being, hey, we're going to redesign characters because we fucking feel like it. Like, why is Terry a redhead? I'm not joking.
Okay.
Also,
I kept thinking to myself, I was like, wasn't he redhead really early on? No, that was Ryu.
yeah. Yeah. He's got, like, this reddish brown, like, auburn reddish kind of hair color for no reason.
I mean,
and then
Terry's been blonde for the
ever.
Like, yeah,
You know, and yeah, the American sports team does exist in that. They also get robbed pretty badly with a really bad, like, tropey plot line.
Oh, jeez.
Then, of course, they still have to do the thing of, hey, someone Terry knew as a small child winds up being his love interest at the end of the series, and then she dies.
Is this part of the whole Terry can't have a girlfriend?
Because it's animated Terry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a lot of downsides. The only good thing they do, like, genuinely, like, I'm on board for this, is when they stop making fucking 3D animation and they do a bunch of, like, the still animated still images crap to talk about backstory stuff. Like, they do
better, right.
they do, like, Geese's backstory and relationship with Krauser. And that bit was pretty cool.
Right.
I 100% stand by that. But there's a lot of and there's a lot of, like, personality stuff that just they make, like, Benny really bad comic relief shitbag rather than just being arrogant.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the character models are rough, the animation is rough, some of the stylistic choices are rough, the writing exists.
Like, I don't know how to say this without... I mean, I can't offend people because, look, Chinese people are really bad at writing stories a lot of the times. I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, they have this weird love of just, like, completely, like, turning every personality to 11. You know what I mean? And that's just one of those things, I swear. It's very frustrating. So, like, a lot of times I'll watch Chinese movies, and that's how I feel a lot of the times when I watch them. Now, obviously, there are many exceptions and lots of excellent Chinese cinema out there, right? Yeah. But still, I mean, just the general stereotype of it, you know, is
yeah. I mean, the fact that, like, the old Chinese manhwas for KOF are significantly better. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. That's from the final sequences. That should tell you a plenty of everything you need to know about it. The only thing that I got to take away from it was, like, potential new memes, seeing, like, Hydern sneaking around an enemy base. Which is where I was like, yo, we should have a Metal Gear game with the Ikari Warriors.
Right. I mean, at least mine looks Asian. Like, that's actually kind of nice, but outside of that, yeah.
Yeah, Kyo and Terry spend the entire movie looking like shit.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. So that tells you plenty.
Yeah, no, but that is definitely true, Beefcake. That is definitely a true thing. It's just like the cultural stereotypes, because even from the Japanese side of thing, how we're talking about the I'm the best, so I get to beat up on everybody, or the
I'm the new character, so you should respect me, so I'm gonna beat up your favorite characters.
Right, or the I knew you as a kid, we fall in love, and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And the thing is, though, is, like, some of those tropes aren't exclusive to any region, because look at DJ in Street Fighter. He beat up Sagat. That was his backstory. That was literally DJ's original backstory, is he beat Sagat in a tournament. That's some good-ass writing right there, I tell you what.
Dude, Street Fighter storyline, we don't talk about writing in Street Fighter storyline, so...
I wonder why.
Because
you'd have to find it first.
Hugo wants to be a potato. Hugo wants to be a potato. That's his whole storyline.
Anyway, so with that in mind,
Yep.
we only have 2 more things left on that image.
Oh, yes.
that you clicked away from.
That's right. I accidentally...
I mean, it's fine. I'll stare at Leona. No big deal.
no
So, we have the upcoming Obari KOF 15 thing, which, again, we're going to talk about Obari next week because we have a lot to talk about there. Because we're going to talk about the rest of, like, Obari's history, not just SNK stuff, so you also know why you should know who Obari is besides Fatal Fury.
Right. Okay.
Like, because, you know, Obari has kind of, like, borderline legendary status, and Fatal Fury is not why.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, was he one of the first ones to have this really kind of distinct style of animation?
At least on that list, yeah.
Because
it's a very 90s style.
Right, and the thing about it is, my history of anime is very tangential, right? I don't have a lot of history, but you see a lot of 90s anime that looks like this. And I'm trying to figure out if Obari was just one of the people who did it, or was he one of the people who actually kind of popularized the style, you know?
Yes, let's talk about it while I'm telling you I'm going to talk about it next week.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
the last thing we have is, oh boy, the sequel to Destiny.
they're making a sequel, huh?
Yeah, they even set it up in the ending of exactly where they're going. We saw the trailer of it in the past few months. We're actually covering Genets.
Oh, really?
It's going straight into like 96 and full-blown Orochi saga.
I mean, you said that you said that there was
because Destiny is just 94, 95.
so they announced it. Has there been a trailer or
Yes.
anything? So there is a trailer. How does it look? Does it look the same?
It looks less bad.
Okay.
It's definitely an improvement. Does it
Right.
look good? Not so much. It's got a lot of the same stylistic choices, but there's definitely much more effort putting into making them look not as bad. Like
Right.
it definitely doesn't look nearly as rough.
Okay.
But it still definitely looks like it's got the same like director and like art director and stuff.
Right.
It's just I think it looks like it's much higher quality.
Right.
We'll go with
Okay,
that. That's the
okay,
easiest way to
okay.
talk about it.
It feels like they have a $20 budget this time.
Yeah, they've actually got like a belt buckle budget rather than a shoestring.
Basically. Okay. Well, there you go. So that's
Yeah, now the chat's all losing their mind and Googling everything furiously like, oh, that's why he looks like exactly this. Because it is exactly that. Yes.
So
No,
this
Obari is a big deal. That's why he's getting his own day next week.
Right.
I probably could have like squeezed it in, but then we'd be here until like 10. Besides that, Kitty has things to share on the topic as well, and she
Okay.
wants to be here for it.
Got it.
So next week, expect Kitty to be here. Expect the Obari part, the anime part 2 thing. Dude, Obari is like the voice of stuff in the other things too. He's all about it.
Okay. And so this whole thing here, again, for people just tuning in, is the timeline of all animation for SNK, sans a couple of patch of slot things, a good chunk of patch of slot things, and expect Terry nipples.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Obari is borderline synonymous with nipples.
Really? Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right.
So we're good on this one.
Yes. Do we have more topics?
We do! 7,000! We talked about this.
7,000
On the other hand,
topics. Done with the... Okay, there we go.
I keep getting harassed. I need to bring out the glasses and lab coat. I don't have a lab coat, but I had glasses.
All right, we're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to get the
We have
lab
to get a
coat.
lab coat.
Although it is pretty freaking warm up here, and the lab coat would probably be pretty miserable, actually. To be
Oh,
honest.
definitely watch this subtitle, Gao Kaiser.
Okay.
There's no fucking way I'm watching that in English.
All right.
So we have one last topic, and we have to sing it together.
Well, so are we going to sing the official full thing? Or
Well, I mean, we don't have a full thing totally
I mean,
hammered out.
we've got...
Well, all we know is that right now it is time for the SNK Community Spotlight.
We're talking about you. See, I because I made that clip, now the whole thing is Community Spotlight, SNK Community Spotlight. We're talking about you. Like that. That is the official thing right there.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to do like the whole like crappy '80s VHS kind of video, or like even have like the things dying on the side.
Right. Oh man.
Anyways, so you know me, and I talk and play and love KOF 11 probably too much. This is fine.
Yes.
And the thing is that I hadn't actually been playing KOF 11 for 15 years, 10 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Like once I stopped playing it and the rest of life took over, like I had to step away from a game I love very dearly. And so coming back to it, I found myself looking for resources on how to kind of catch up on what I've missed. Here, you can do this one.
Oh. Okay.
That's the easy way to find it.
Got it. Wait, what do I do?
Okay, so wiki.hardedge.org.
Okay.
Just type it in. It's fine.
Wiki.
So with, you know, a little bit of Twitter, talking to like Japan's KOF 11 bot, you know, got linked to the Hard Edge wiki. And this is a nice little German wiki for a bunch of more anime or less mainstream right now fighting games. But it's a incredible place to look for KOF 11 stuff. But it's got a bunch of cool stuff.
Right.
And so the KOF 11 wiki specifically, as well as like half of the other ones, but the entirety of the 11 wiki is pretty much done by one guy.
Where do I find the link to it?
Scroll back up. Right there.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're right.
Any closer would have bit you.
Yeah.
So this is the
have I not told you I can't notice things? Do you see how this is a pattern proliferates into...
So today I really want to extend a big shout out and appreciation and share some love for At The Gates, also known as ATG.
Does he have a Twitter?
He does. And it should just be At The Gates. I'm going to double check, make sure.
Sure thing. Let's do this. Is it this guy here?
I need a minute. ATG 213.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not that one.
Okay. So
there you go.
Aha. And hey, look, some of your tweets where you're talking.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
So ATG has spent not only the past several years developing the KOF 11 wiki, but he also spent some time in the past year or two making it fully English capable. So not only is it actually one of the most complete and comprehensive like KOF 11 wikis in the world, it's also 100% the #1 comprehensive one for English speakers.
Right.
And he has just been going in using like tool assisted stuff to actually get frame data, get hit boxes, just all in. And this wiki is just absolutely phenomenal. And it really gave me a huge boost into like figuring out some of the stuff I've missed or understand things.
Look, it's the best character.
He's got like a history of tier lists from the past like 20 years and goes by region, like, oh, this is what they thought this time. Stays in contact with players all over the world, including like some of the best players in the world in Japan and Korea, and just keeps up to date on as much as he possibly can. Right. Seriously, if you have any interest in picking up KOF 11, give him a follow, check out the wiki, tell him thank you. Dude's awesome. He's super nice. Like nicest fucking guy. And so I talked to him a little bit too, telling him I was going to be talking about his wiki and his work and that he's, you know, awesome and all that kind of crap. And so I asked him, you know, is there anything he'd like to particularly share, either about himself or just like any quotes he would like to have out there. And unfortunately I can't actually find the exact word for word because me and him talk enough.
I'm just gonna say one thing that makes me sad about this is, you know, I click on Rio, he has all that stuff. I click on Kenso and he has no strategies here. He's got nothing here.
Well, Ryo is a top 5 character, top 4 character, so there's going to be a lot more people playing him, so there's going to be more people adding information.
Exactly.
But, you mean, you could just be like, hey, you know, get your buddy who plays Kenso real good and get some info.
AG has a bunch of information, so now, see, this is the motivation for me to want to play.
Even better.
And get Kenso in there so I can start add some information.
I'm telling you, you need to
put
watch
some
some of the
respect
footage.
on his name, dude.
Some respect.
Put some respect on his name.
I need to get his quotes, but where the devil? Like I know,
Can
I know the
someone ban?
gist.
Can someone ban Kokujin?
Damn, all in, aren't you?
Yeah, dude. Even Athena doesn't have anything. Dang.
Well, Athena's kind of a mixed bag in the game anyway.
Right. Yeah. Don't actually ban Kokujin, please. So.
I'm really looking for his quotes because they're really like nice, cool stuff, and I don't want to just like paraphrase them.
Sure.
So go ahead and fill some airtime while I dig up the.
Okay.
Because Discord fucking.
Yeah. Thank you guys, obviously, for tuning in to SNKronize here. The current segment we are watching is Community Spotlight. SNK Community Spotlight. We're talking about you, and that's what we're doing right now. So.
Fucking guy.
But again, hope you guys. And you know what? Frianel just put out a tweet. Thank you also to everybody watching for making us the second most watched King of Fighters 15 stream out there right now. I mean, Max is number 1 at like 15,000 people, and we were
at
at
like a total of 6 hours.
Yeah, and we were at like 200. You know,
Dude, I don't care. Like we are doing the things, and people seem to like the things we're doing. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, it's
so
cool.
Thank you, all of you.
Yep. So hopefully, but thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying all the SNK talk and all that stuff like that, and gonna try to do more as time goes on, etc. Yes, even after the reveals are over, we'll still be doing more stuff.
Okay,
so.
I'm having too much trouble now. Whatever. So basically, I asked him some history about this. Oh. Now that I'm getting my thoughts back together. So one of the reasons I wanted to cover this too is because we talked about this being, community spotlight and stuff. We've talked about art, talked about cosplay, talked about video and content creators. Guys who put out like information to help you like just look shit up. Kind of unsung heroes. And it's something that's personal to us.
Right. So I was just going to tell the story that, I was really big on making sure the SRK Wiki was really organized, really up to date. I made sure the Street Fighter 4 stuff was up to date. So much to the point that when Tom Cannon actually got an advanced copy of Marvel 3, he flew me and Keats out to his home so that we could start working on the Marvel 3 SRK Wiki section, and gather a bunch of information. And I found out like everyone's health, which someone else leaked, so it ended up on Event Hubs before it ended up on Shoryuken. So I won't name names, but I'm still mad about that. But the other thing too,
That's what I missed. Oh man, that's not good.
What happened?
The creator of Berserk just passed away apparently.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Fuck. Okay, well, continue the story.
But yeah, so we did that. That was where, in fact, Keats and I shared a bed, as we like to joke about, But we did get all that wiki up. But then, I'm telling you right now, keeping a wiki up to date with all the information and finding someone who is as OCD and anal retentive as you are to make things consistent with things listed in the same order every time that this
everyone
move
has the right definition,
right,
put in the right place.
Like if you do this for one move, when you find another move that's like it, you do it the same way and everything like that. That's when I really first started talking a lot to you because I found out you were OCD and anal retentive about that. And so I literally, at the time, got Olaf to help with the Marvel stuff because you were obsessed with it. So much to the point that I bought you a copy of Cross Tekken so you could help research stuff on Cross Tekken. And you were anal retentive enough to be an OCD enough to make things work for me.
Yeah, mostly because that way you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, basically. And not only that, but because the thing is, I've done this so many times where I'm like, okay, here, you help. And then the person will do it differently for every character. And I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah.
And they'll just do it their own way, whatever.
Right.
And then, me, I'm just like, so what format are you looking for here? Right. And you're like,
yeah, exactly. And so Olaf helped a lot with the Cross Tekken wiki and everything. So we did a lot of the work on the Shoryuken wiki, basically. And you were finding out, and you were also a lab monster anyway. And so you've been finding out a lot of this shit. And then, obviously now you're doing that for King of Fighters 11.
Well, the thing is that I want to give back. Like
Right,
this wiki
yeah.
has been so wonderful to have, and it's been super useful. And so if
Yeah,
I find something,
the point
you know,
being is that we understand and appreciate the creation of wikis, and so that's why we wanted to highlight.
which also leads to one of his quotes that I'm gonna have to paraphrase because I can't find the damn thing, but he is a huge believer in preservation of like written and oral tradition so that you can share information. And Discord is not the fucking way to do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
couldn't find something he said in the past 2 days.
Right.
You expect to find everything you need to know for backed up stuff on a 20-year-old fighting game on Discord? No!
Yeah.
So stuff like this kind of needs to exist to keep games alive and keep people playing the game strong.
One of the things that has many fighting game historians are actually kind of really sad about is that this is one of the biggest gaps in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Nobody wrote anything down about the game. No one knows anything about the game.
Oh, but you gotta
that.
you gotta save that shit for nationals.
Yeah. But I mean, even just all the technical stuff, like, obviously Redacted knows a lot about it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like, if there was a way I could convince Magnetro to sit down and write all of this shit down and actually create an MVC2 wiki where he talks about the horizontal shift based off of the direct
Elemental weaknesses?
Yeah, like all the stuff that if he could put in there, I think would be super cool if we could get all that information. That stuff doesn't exist. King of Fighters 11 is another one of those games that's super niche. I mean, MVC2 wasn't even niche. 11 is niche, and no one was writing anything down. So this is really
Huge.
important. Yeah.
And so, because that's one of the things too is, I was, cause, I asked him for quotes and whatever. He's like, look, this is a game that doesn't have as many people playing it, but all you need for a fighting game is someone to play with. If you've got 2 people, you've got a community.
You're right. Yeah.
And the fact is that sometimes the smaller communities have much stronger ties binding them together. That's the thing. If we play like a Street Fighter or Tekken or any of that stuff, fucking millions of people are playing that shit.
Right.
I don't know anybody.
Right.
But there's like 30 people playing KOF 11 that still play it seriously.
Right.
Everyone knows everyone and everyone gets along. Some of them are like, wait, you're flying into my country and you play 11? Fucking, I'll put you up. Let's go fucking play some games. Like, they're super excited to actually build a community. You see this a lot in the, like, anime communities and
Dude,
stuff.
I mean, I just was doing something for Darkstalkers recently, the Vampire Savior community, and it's exactly like that. There's a reason why the Soul Calibur community is so tight-knit, is that same kind of reason, so... Yeah.
And so, and he comes from like a largely anime background. Like he like a lot of the work in there for like the JoJo's CPS3 game, he put in the wiki for that. He's known for like some parts of Melty. He's got like a bunch of games under his belt.
Right.
But he's just dug so hard into 11 with this that like that's a lot of where his community is, and everyone's fucking awesome.
Katie, we believe that that's actually a notch in the shades. Actually, I
really hope so.
To have it be so prominent in the Clark scene, I think that's actually just a fashion design in the shades.
Yeah, I don't think it's his cheek poking through.
Yeah,
especially because honestly, if it was, it probably would also be poking through the rim.
Right, exactly. One would be poking through the rim, and it would be disappearing and appearing and stuff like that. So I think, so there you go. Both sides of the shades have the notch, so it's a choice. So yeah.
Yeah. It being on both sides doesn't necessarily count as like proof, because that just means his cheek is poking through with the same way on both sides.
Right,
But I'm pretty sure it's a stylistic notch, because I've actually seen shades kind of like that.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
it's again, my thing is that it probably would be clipping into the rim as well.
Katie says that he has 2 cheeks. So Clark
has 4 technically.
Clark has 2 cheeks and Terry has nipples, basically, right? Yeah. So there
Clark's
you go.
cheeked up.
He's got some pretty big cheeks, yeah, for sure. Anyways,
I really
if
you have any interest in picking up 11, or there's other fighting games you saw on there, like, go check out Hard Edge, and give ATG a follow, give him a shout out,
I mean,
thank him for his hard work.
Like, I want to sit here and say, hey, if you guys are enjoying 11, come support and actually do. But that's the hardest part, is that there's just not a lot of 11 ways to play 11 out there, right?
So there's multiple methods of emulation, and there's the PS2 port.
Right.
And just play the PS2 port. Do not play the PS3 version of the PS2 port, because then you get like the PS3 lag on the PS2 emulation, which and it becomes fucking unplayable.
Right.
But like, if you have a PS2, pick it up, do that. Like, I went ahead and bought myself a new Brook adapter to make it easier to plug my stick into it. There's a bunch of good sources for emulation for it, playing it on PC, both the Optimus Wave version and the PS2 version.
Someone says it's on Null DC Bear. You can play it online. Isn't it available on Fightcade as well?
I believe so, through Flycast, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can play it if you're willing to, put up with a bit of the nonsense to get there.
Right.
There's a bunch of different arcades in Japan that still run it and stream it.
And then that actually gives you all the information here in this King of Fighters 11, obviously.
Yeah, like there's like multiple tier lists that give you a really good understanding of where things actually work. It tells you
like
all the crazy ass system mechanics.
Yeah, look at this button layout, attacks, dash, how the backdash works. Look at the jump arcs. I mean, this is a standard, a very common graphic we see for
or at least something similar to it at the very least.
Exactly. And so here's all this, how the throws work, rolls and guard cancels, the shift gauge. This is what lets you do all the tagging and all this stuff, and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, and this is just the basics of the system mechanics.
Right.
It doesn't even talk about like, oh, you have one extra frame of landing if you do this, and the crazy shit like that. Timeout isn't based on health; it's a judgment indicator based on things you do.
Dang, they even got a whole separate page for advanced system mechanics here. Here's the advanced system mechanics and all this stuff over here.
Yeah. I own more copies of this game than any other game. Runner-up is Sam Show 2019, actually.
Really?
I own 3 copies of that.
Oh,
I own 4 copies of 11. And I'm still working on getting a 5th and or 6th. Because I want to have like every variation that's ever existed, like a big fucking nerd.
Character hitbox sizes?
Because there are some normals that are like Tekken normals where they're mid-high, so you can crouch under them.
Right,
and so depending on who your character is, can you crouch under these things? And so they're sorted into tiers.
This is height, basically.
Yes.
Okay,
how tall you are when you're crouching. Can you crouch under like Guy's back fist?
So Ma Lin and Momoko are the smallest. Ma Lin only if she's not blocking, which means hold straight down, because if you trigger the blocking animation, she grows to 128 pixels.
So it's one of those things, like Amaterasu in Marvel vs. Capcom is the shortest or second shortest character when crouching, but in block stun or hit stun is actually the middle.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
And so that sort of kind of affects it.
Right.
But I think Momoko is the shortest tier either way.
Okay.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I definitely have a Japanese copy of 11, and there's actually 2 editions of the Japanese one, fair warning. There's the one that actually has online support, and one where they actually chopped the online support out for a budget release. What are you doing, Jasmine? Anyways, so yeah, follow ATG, follow KOF 11 bot, and you can kind of get at least all the retweets and all sorts of information at all times, in all ways.
What is the KOF 11 bot?
KOFXI_bot, I believe.
Is that on Twitter?
Yes. Let me double check their name, but I think it's just KOFXI_bot. I was right.
There it is. Yep. Okay, so who runs this?
KOF11 bot. It's literally a person. I don't think they actually run too much automation on here, but they provide a ludicrous amount of information. I don't know anything really about the person behind the scenes.
I mean, what does it do? What is it?
It retweets a bunch of KOF11 stuff, shares a bunch of like tool-assisted information, much the way ATG does with like frame data. Shares art of characters who are in 11, whole 9 yards.
Okay.
But between those 2 accounts, you follow both of them on Twitter, you can basically find out everything you'll ever need to know about KOF11, and the 2 of them talk.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like some of the information on the wiki was derived from some of XI or 11's bots' work. some of the wiki is derived from the actual strategy guide that was released and then enhanced and expanded upon. Like, I'm actually probably one of the only new people to be contributing to 11 in the past, like, 5 years. I'm like, hey guys, I loved this game. Like, cool, welcome. By the way, I just found out that this ignores damage scaling. Oh. And so I've been talking with ATG a bit over the past few days, week, 2, something like that, and it's been an absolute blast.
Right. So there you go. You know, I mean, honestly, what Katy Perry says, you know, a modern 11.
Yeah, I want an 11 UM so bad.
Yeah, I think it would just, I think it'd be the best one of that series to get one of the UMs in there, right? So, a dream match, well, I'm sorry, not a dream, but just an update.
Update, overhaul.
Right. And again, I mean, they probably would want to do something similar to the PS2 version or PS version, where you said that there is a range and a classic arcade mode, right?
Oh, like to do a classic and then a UM balance or something, and then just get rid of the old range balance altogether.
Right. Yeah. Do a completely new. Don't base it off of the old one. See, that's the scary thing.
Torrance, you're here now. You didn't see it earlier, did you? Dude, we gave you like thanks and shout outs and shit.
Yeah. This is still here. Right?
Oh, perfect.
So,
perfect.
This is still here, so there you go. But yeah, I mean, like, oops.
That was a fun little mailbox icon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Perfect, actually.
Actually, it's true, yeah. But again, you know, that's one of the important things, because then you also have to make it known to SNK that if they ever do decide to do an 11, they'd be like, wait, we have an arranged version already. Like, no. Please make sure that they do not use that arranged version based off of what you said. So
No. And the thing is, like the ultimate dream really is that they decide they want to make 11 UM. And rather than just like sit there and in-house and like, we can do it, you know, you actually contact the 11 communities that still play it.
Right.
Because the thing is, like, we were joking about this the other night, is KOF 11 might be like the Majora's Mask of KOFs, where it's this kind of bizarre fucking monster, but we love it exactly for that reason.
Right.
And it might be hard to recapture that magic.
Right. And so the key would not be to like, oh my god, all these things are too good, let's nerf all this stuff. The goal would be to buff a lot of the other things to try to make them have similar jank to the top characters.
The only thing this game needs is to nerf Gato, and then you buff everyone else. Like
right.
if you want to keep like, you know, if you want to keep Kula on down.
Right,
that's
I mean,
fine.
Maybe the only other thing to nerf would be make it so Vanessa can't, like, it actually, they actually do drop a little bit on that infinite.
You know, take away the true infinites, fix a bunch of the unblockables, but you keep the shit like the 78 juggle anywhere moves. You fucking let this do this. Keep your dumb shit, because the dumb shit is part of the charm.
Right, exactly.
It's what lets you have fun with some of these characters. And you just, like, you just take Gato and, like, okay, you don't need to be +8 on block on everything. Fuck you. You know? And then you're like, oh, wait, Kasumi's Rekkas don't do any stun damage, so she never gets stun combos and can't kill people.
Right.
Let's adjust that.
Right. Things like that. And then just take the bad characters, like I said. Like, you were saying, like, give some of those characters some juggle anywhere moves, or, you know, make their frame data better on something, you know.
But don't, you know, you take pretty feather touch to a lot of it. You just fix it so that everyone is equally broken in theory.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, this game has a lot of dumb shit, but that's what is great.
Would you rather have KOF 11 UM or the next dream match be in the style of KOF 11 with feedback from the community?
11 UM 100%.
Yeah.
Because the main thing is that I don't want to encroach on the rest of KOF fans who don't care about 11.
Right. And not only that, too, but like you said, KOF 11 just has a certain magic to it already that if you try to make a new one, you're not going to capture the same kind of craziness.
No,
from
and
it.
especially because if you did that, then you'd basically be trying to make 11 with the new 3D engine, and that could backfire.
Right.
So let me do 11 UM, but then you make all the rest of KOF the same way you're doing it. The moment you if you bring back the tag mechanic to mainline KOF, as much as I would love that, it's the wrong call.
Right. Yeah.
It's not something you do to everyone. So you let me have my little side project that no one else cares about. It's great.
Yeah.
You just keep doing KOF the way you're doing it.
And like I said, I just feel like KOF 11 is just one of those games that, as it is, like, it probably deserves a lot more eyes on it and a lot more experimentation, because people like jank games. People, like I said, there's a reason why MVC2 is still so popular, right? There's a reason why Vampire Savior is still so popular. I think Tekken Tag 1 is also, like, really super broken, but Tekken players love that game a lot.
A hell of a lot more than they like Tag 2.
Yeah. And so, like, I just think that that's, you know, I think it's one of those games that probably would have been more of a cult in the FGC had it been on available platforms. And
I mean, it was on PS2.
yeah, but again,
It was also a budget title on PS2 with a limited print
Also,
run
at
in a time where nobody cared about SNK in the States.
and also remember, PS2 was also still during the time where PS2 ports weren't taken seriously. Right? That's the thing. Home versions weren't taken seriously yet. We were accepting on the Dreamcast because it was literally the same hardware. But remember, we didn't play CVS2 on PS2. We didn't do, like, it was always that. Like, that was a
which
time...
again, which brings us back to, again, the same point as always, is that the entirety of the FGC survival somehow always falls on Capcom's bullshit.
Right. And that's the thing, right? As much as I know a lot of people hate calling those periods of time the Dark Ages because all these other games were still being made, like, Capcom drives the market. And it's just, I don't say this because I want to be like, yo, Capcom's better than everything. That's not why I say Capcom drives the market and the Dark Ages were actually Dark Ages. It's because it's just the way that the market worked, right?
It's like I mean, the thing is that, like, Blaze Blue's launch was pretty well received because fighting games were starting to build back a little bit. Blaze Blue stayed popular because people kept making fighting games, people kept making Street Fighter, which means there were also now more events to attend.
Right.
And the entire dynamic changes, like, everything.
Right. I mean, would
Like,
we
we're in a great time right now.
Would we be in this great time if it wasn't for Street Fighter 4? No. Like,
no.
that's just the way it is. Like, and again, like, this is not me trying to be like, yay, Capcom. It's that's just the truth of the matter.
You know, and it's a shame, but it's like, you know, are people gonna buy PCs without Microsoft support or Nvidia support or something like that? It's kind of how it is, and we're a subgenre of a subgenre.
Yeah, and what's actually kind of important is that Street Fighter 5 came out and bombed.
Because everyone gave everything else a better chance.
Right. And so what I love, what I'm sad about that is the Street Fighter 5 came out and was amazing right from the get-go. Fighting games would probably be much bigger than they are right now. But because it came out and bombed when it first came out, it let a lot of other things get the limelight, and now we're not as reliant on it. And I think that that's actually healthier for the scene overall, but it's still...
Did we just get a happy accident of things we don't like?
Kind of, yeah. It's a weird situation. Like, it could have been good one way. It's good in another way now.
No, and exactly. Like there came a point where Wednesday Night Fights was bigger than a major was a few years before it. That's psychotic.
Right.
But and you want to tell people, like, if the people that argue the Dark Ages aren't real, that's not reasonable.
I was at EVO 2008 at the Tropicana. Like I said, I've told everybody the story. EVO 2008 is when I told myself I was done. Like, at EVO 2008, I was like, it's probably time for me to hang up, give up fighting games now, because everybody at EVO 2008 was somebody I knew. I didn't see a single new face. There's no young people there at all. I was like, this is done, you know? So, I mean, that's just the thing. So, it's just...
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like,
KOF 11 came out originally in 2005.
Right.
I was going to Arcade Infinity, taking like an hour drive to try to get there, and it was still like 6 people playing it.
Right.
On like 3 or 4 different cabinets.
Right. Exactly. So it's kind of it's a really interesting situation.
Hey, whatever it takes to get people to play more KOF, fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's an interesting situation. Like John actually says in the chat, SF5 flopping was good for games that were not Capcom games. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily good for like the overall strength of the scene. No, it wasn't good for the...
Well, Devil's Advocate, they also had 2 games back-to-back like that. Because MVCI struggling did not help their case. but it did a lot of good for other communities.
It's so weird to say because it was bad for the strength of the FGC and really good for the strength of the FGC.
It was really good for individual other games.
Right, yeah. And just for, we don't have to rely on Capcom anymore now. Capcom Street Fighter 6 can come out and be shit, and then we'll just all go play Tekken instead, kind of thing like that, right?
Or KOF.
Or KOF, yeah, I mean, because the thing is, the reason why I mentioned Tekken is because Tekken 7 kind of ruled the roost for a little bit, right? So, that's just the way it works. So we're healthier overall. If Street Fighter 5 came out like it is now, like the game is now,
it would have had a better chance. It would have been doing a lot better.
I think fighting games would have a bigger audience right now. I think our scene would have a lot more eyes, and I think a lot of people, because remember, Street Fighter 5, what was it? I see the number, I can't even imagine. Wasn't it like 5,000 entrants at EVO or something stupid silly, like that, right? That's how hyped people were for this game.
And it's also, we're rid of the last game.
Right, and we're
being rid of the last game
Yeah.
is sometimes more important than being excited for the new game.
Right, and just thinking about that, 5,000 entrants, and if it
in
came
a single
out,
game,
in a single game, and if that game was good and it kept growing after every year, oh my god! But it came out, and
yeah, we might actually be esports.
Yeah, we would. That's the thing, right? But again, is that a healthy way to do it? Being so reliant on only one game,
No,
and
because
Street
because
Fighter.
you get the other thing of like, I have a hard enough time finding other Americans to play KOF.
Right, exactly. And so it's not necessarily a good thing for the other games. It's a good thing for the ability for our scene to have eyes and us being able to make careers out of it and shit like that. But that doesn't necessarily appeal to the 98% of the people who just want to play fun fighting games, right? So there you go.
I do agree. Single game genre esports are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
like because StarCraft kind of made it so that RTS esports are StarCraft. When was the last time actually anyone took like Command and Conquer seriously?
No, that's exactly right, John. If Street Fighter V had a strong launch, there's a high possibility that nobody would care about anything other than Street Fighter V. Absolutely, and that's not good.
No,
like that is a bad thing. So honestly,
and instead we have more people now looking at KOF 15 with like basically a fresh pair of eyes and excitement.
Right.
People who didn't even see 13 or 14 or didn't give 14 a chance. Now they're like, oh,
right.
Oh, it's looking pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
And especially like if they nail rollback on launch.
God, if they can get rollback,
because I'm fully prepared to not play Strive, and that game's gonna have good as fuck rollback.
Right. And that's the thing is, and again, that's the beautiful thing about Strive is really kind of hammering people over the head. Like rollback is important.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus guy even acknowledging that it's a must-have. And honestly, I think it's actually kind of fortunate that SNK never announced a release date, because how much you want to bet it got pushed back because they're trying to make the rollback to work.
I said it like the second show we ever did, is that if that like I would do morally questionable things to have this game in my hands right now, but you want to tell me you'll wait until like 2022 to make sure this has good rollback? Fucking awesome. Because that's going to make it way more successful with everyone.
Absolutely.
I'm fucking playing KOF 11 right now. I'm playing a 15-year-old game by myself because I'm finding that more fun than any of the other fighting games right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's any like modern, currently played fighting game right now that I'm having fun with. I have way more fun playing 11 by myself. Like
labbing. Well, I mean, again,
I like labbing.
You're a lab monster, so you will. Because I mean,
I'm labbing a 15-year-old fucking game.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of 15-year-old games have some good fucking labbing to do.
But it's like fighting games are meant to be played with other people,
right?
And I'm gonna have more fun by myself than I am playing any of the modern games with people.
Like it was funny because like we were talking about Strive, and David was like, maybe I should learn Soul, because we were talking about how he can wake up command throw and all this stuff like this, right? And he was like, people have told me to play Soul in back in Exert and stuff, and I was like, yeah, but his wild throw would have had to make you memorize to do jump dust, and all. Now he just slammed you to the ground, and this is great. And somebody in the chat was like, but I like the combos. And I was like, you like the combos. I like the combos. That's not for David. Right? I mean, that's the thing. Some people really like labbing and going to town in training mode and doing that for hours. That is us.
And some people just want to hit buttons.
Yeah, and some people want to fight other people and just beat them up, and that's it, right?
So I just want to boot it up and just fists. Let's go.
Yeah.
Some people also play Honda. Don't know what to tell you.
What are you talking about, JoJo? What's he talking about here?
Which part? Where?
Because he says they haven't mentioned that.
Probably the release date.
Oh, the release date? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the release date not being announced, I think is fine.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I said, that just gives them the chance to delay it without making people mad.
And more to a point, I mean, like right now, we're kind of in the year of, hey, let's learn lessons from all the previous issues. So, God willing, it's going to be on Steam.
Yeah.
God willing, the rollback will be fucking killer. God willing, they'll be like, you know what? A beta is probably a good fucking idea.
It's just Samurai Shodown did have a beta, but it was like before it came out.
It was more like a demo.
That's right, because it came out like 1 week before the game came out, so there was really nothing to do. So, the online for GBVS as well. No.
I mean, here's the thing. If you have a fighting game that's out right now, and it uses 3D models, and it does not have rollback, give up on it getting rollback.
Right, yeah.
Street Fighter V isn't going to fix its netcode, because do you want... And you think they want to spend most people aren't going to spend that kind of money and budget for goodwill.
Right. And it's so funny too, because
I mean, Samsung can't fucking afford that, really.
I mean, I was talking to so many people at Capcom. I was like, dude, goodwill is the most important thing to spend your money on. And it's just, I don't know why people don't understand that. It makes me think of my freaking management at my last job. Anyway,
because you're not going to gain sales from it.
Well, you can't track the sales that you gain from it.
Yeah, but like it's probably not going to change much. Like if your game launches with like delay-based netcode, and then you add rollback, that's probably not going to change because most people who are going to buy your game already bought it.
Right. Well, also the Red Fox, don't also forget, NRS did do it for MKX. NRS also has Warner Brothers budget, and they also had news that during MKX and the games around then, that their employees were basically worked to death, right? So, you know, it's a neither here nor there kind of thing. So it's a very different situation than what a lot of other companies can do.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's still like the amount of people that work there in general, the amount of people, and then spreading of knowledge base. And then the fact that it's still a Western developer. Japan is only now starting to see the value of rollback.
Yeah, which is why, I mean, Japan is just only now starting to see asterisk, which is why, you know, for me, I know a lot of people are like, these roundtables are boring. They don't say anything and da-da-da. For me, I'm like, they're doing this roundtable. They're cooperating. They're talking to each other.
The fighting game roundtable is probably the most important thing that has happened to fighting games in 10 years plus.
Right? Like, that's how I feel about that shit. And a lot of other people are, they don't see that. And the fact that these guys are literally, like, Japan having different companies in one stream under Bandai Namco's stream, they're willing to do this to talk about all of their fighting games is ginormous.
Which reminds me, I think we're overdue for one.
Oh, yeah, another one, huh?
Yeah, they said they wanted to keep doing it, so
I mean,
I think maybe like June we might get an announcement of one.
They'll probably do one every half a year, right? Because it was in early January, and then
I thought it was the third. I thought there were 3 of them.
No, there's only been 2.
That's right.
There's only been 2.
I really thought there was 3.
Just the summer one last year, and then the one earlier this year. So, yeah, it's such a big deal to me. The roundtable thing is like one of my favorite things that happened recently. I mean, even to
that's actually a good point. Betas are part PR and part QA.
Yeah,
that's a really good way to phrase it.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, they're giving you early access to the copy. That's their way of paying you to QA the game for them, honestly.
Yeah, you get to fuck around, we get your data.
Yeah.
Perfect!
I saw the tweet where in Season 1, Birdie, if he whiffed jumping light kick, he became invincible on the way down. Like, he just lost hurt boxes.
It's more common than you think.
And people were like, don't you even test these games? And I just, like, as a QA person, Oh, God. Like, it just makes me so mad. Like, the army of thousands and thousands of players versus your 5 QA guys.
No, it's literally you gotta look at it in terms of man hours.
Yeah.
Like, say your entire QA department is 20 people. Let's say like 20, 30 people. Let's be pretty generous here.
Right.
And you have had the game for 6 months. And then you do an online beta for an hour. That is more man hours.
Yep.
I mean, not counting Strive because we didn't get to play for the first hour.
Right, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
And then lastly, then I think because I think that's as good as we're gonna get. When is digital E3 slated? Is that the end of the month or beginning of next month?
I have no idea.
Because I think E3 is technically coming up, which means we might get some other cool shit soon.
Okay.
I think.
I have no idea.
But yeah, so
June 12th.
June 12th. Thank you.
According to Scorch.
So we got Clark and Ralph today. They look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We celebrated ATG and all his work. We
Talked about
looked
the animation.
bunch of fucking KOF anime stuff. If you ever get curious, there's all those movies exist in all sorts of different formats. And on YouTube, there's actually some players have filmed themselves playing their Patchy Slot games. So you can actually check out some of the scenes and stuff.
Nice.
That's like, I've watched one of the dudes play like Fatal Fury Double Strike
nice.
for like hours of just like cool shit. And I was like, huh.
That's cool.
Yep, motion pictures out there.
That's this one, right?
Yes.
This motion picture right here.
Which is one of the ones you still need to see.
Dude, you know what the craziest thing about this box art here? This just makes me think of Suncoast Video.
Yep.
Because I used to see this in Suncoast Video all the time, dude.
Dude, I just love the original trailer for it too. It's just like they show a little bit, like look, it's Terry, and then it's black screen. Garu Densetsu! And it's like, all right, cool.
I remember always used to looking at this and being like, you know, oh, there's this Fatal Fury one, and I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. So.
Yeah, well, we got to watch the Krauser one first.
Right. This thing here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we made you watch the first one already.
Right.
So you still need to watch the second one, then you got to watch the motion picture. Then we can find something else to watch.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah, lots of really good stuff. You want to watch the trailer one more time for shits and giggles and then call it a night?
I mean, that's what we always do, right? So let's
do
that
it
again. Get back over here. Get back over here. Pause this. Full screen. Boom. Let's go. Put the volume. I'm going to put the volume low so people can't hear us talking a little bit.
Just make sure to watch the trailer again on your own sometime because I really like the music they used.
Yeah. Here we go.
Fucking himbo. Telling you.
Ralph. Yeah, I mean, Clark definitely got to do a lot more things, but yeah, see, also the fact that, you know, as he's moving around and everything like that.
Yeah, it does look like the lighting changes underneath it.
And also, it never moves away from the shades. Like, if it was clipping, you would see it kind of changing shapes and stuff like that. Pretty sure that's just a fashion.
That looks like it's a notch.
It's a fashion choice to me. And it's in this screen, too.
Yeah. They would fix it on the portrait.
Yeah.
If it was unintended.
And
Oh,
it
it's
was on the
definitely
other
on both
side?
sides.
Yeah, there it was. Right
Perfectly
there.
symmetrical. So
Yeah.
get tossed.
God, that's so cool. I want to do
Hey. I really want to know what his hey is going to sound like.
Which move made him say that?
Frankensteiner.
Oh, okay. Got
The
it.
one everyone's excited is back.
There you go, not purple anymore. So like I said,
Yeah, you're right. He's pretty much 11 Clark plus the bunny hop.
like this one gives him what we've seen here is they get the purple glow. Like I said, in all the other videos, they get that bluish glow.
Yeah, no, the previous one is 100% blue, and this has got like that pinkish, reddish.
Right, and also the way that this activates is purple. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was, like, EX was purple and Advance was blue or something like that, you know. I really feel like that there's definitely something to this idea that there's two different modes that you had last week. There you go. Hi.
Yeah. No, they're definitely not going to reuse everyone. I'm not going to say definitely. I will not be surprised if they end up trimming a lot of characters.
Right, of course.
But yeah, the fact that there's a good chance that it's 2 modes, and if not, then it's just based on the secondary resource system. But I don't know. That's still the big question. Like, we're at the point now where I think that question is way bigger to most people than the roster.
Yeah.
What are our system mechanics?
Right. And it's kind of nice because they are revealing them little by little. We're getting more information, so I'm cool with that.
Honestly, I'm actually expecting Antonov to really have a chance of coming back. I kind of hope he does.
Okay.
Honestly, I hope they reuse Alice. Just so she doesn't get any updates and it's exactly 14 Alice, so she looks like shit.
I don't actually hate Alice.
I'm just bitter, alright? Like, why? I swear to God, SNK is just like, we don't care about Mary, so we're just gonna make a complete shitty carbon copy replacement of her that's 10 years younger.
That's why I said you've got to hate her, because there's a lot of bitterness there.
I'm a little bitter, yeah.
And
again, it's one of those things, I'm the stupid, dumb piece of shit who wanted her to enter KOF because I saw her in the patchy slots.
Right, yeah.
And I regret everything. Especially the fact that Mary isn't even in the fucking launch of 14, and we get fucking Alice, and then I have to wait 2 seasons for her to be DLC.
Thank you guys for watching some synchronized.
It's some old bullshit.
Oh, man. No, thank you guys for watching. What should I close out on music-wise? Same thing? Or...
Nah, we definitely should pick a new song.
Alright, let's do this. Oh, God, Nathan is being a boy here.
Actually, do 94. Let's just do 94, Ikari.
Okay.
Let's go old.
Let's see here. 94?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing, Nathan? You are... Is it this one? Jungle Bouncer?
Do it.
Is this the one? Okay. Alright, guys.
We did World War III last time. We did World War III last time. We did Survivors Under the Sky earlier today.